Okay, I think we are live. We are going to have to test this as always because we always seem to have issues. But I indeed think we are live. Let's double check here. But hello, everybody. Hello, all the watchers. Let's take a look here. Oh, okay. I think we are live. We are cool. I hear me, which is always a good start. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Apple coverage live event. This is kind of like the news show, but we're doing it live, and it's just me today. Eric is not here, unfortunately. But we are indeed live, and we shouldn't have any issues. Unfortunately, we're not using the fancy Sling Studio that we've used for some of our other live streams, so we're doing this a little bit differently, and hopefully everything goes correctly. But welcome to the show. So we have just under 15 minutes until Apple's event actually starts, and hopefully we have no actual issues watching it, but here it is. But you can see it starts at 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So that's 1 o'clock Eastern Time. So, and interesting enough, this is going to be at the Steve Jobs Theater, which is on Apple's campus, I guess at their headquarters. It's a very interesting building we'll talk about. Funny enough, it does look like an oval. So I want to talk a little about some of the things we're expecting to see at today's event. But I think this is indeed some sort of clue, this round circle that you see on the screen right now. I don't know. I don't know what that means. What's circular? What kind of clue could that be? It is the shape of the Steve Jobs Theater. It's like a circle building. I don't know what this means quite yet. Oh, obviously this is starting to start now because this just started, which is great. Got some music playing. So we'll mute that for now. But it'll be very interesting to see what happens today on this live stream. So what are we expecting? Let's talk a little about that. Excuse me if I cough. I'm stuck with you guys for hours probably. I don't know how long this is going to be. But what we're expecting is some new iPhones, some new iPads. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about Apple computers, but probably not. But it's a rumor. New Apple Watches, new Apple EarPods. Honestly, pretty much new mobile everything. And mobile accessory everything. This could be a very, very big event. iOS 12 is officially coming out today. I've been on the beta of iOS 12. Besides some kind of annoying bugs, I'm looking forward to going to a stable operating system on my iPhone again. Don't know if I'm going to go back to the beta. But I'm expecting by the end of this event, I will be updating my phone. We'll see about that. But as you can see right now, this is what's showing up on the screen, just this Apple. But I will say, is it just me or is Apple maybe like changing their look a little bit, changing their design? Like this is a very fluent, it's a new style that I can't say I've seen from Apple recently. I don't know. I don't really know. But regardless, we should be having some fun today. The goal with this live stream is to do some commentary over the live event. We'll talk about it, break things down. It has actually been a long time since I personally have watched an Apple event live, so I'm really much looking forward to this, just because it's been a long time. Back when I was in high school, these are the days I literally would play sick from school so I could watch the Apple events and the Google Keynote events as well, like their Google I/O, I believe they call it. So it's very exciting to be doing this today and doing it live with you guys. So yeah, so we just have under, let's take a look. We just have under about 10 minutes before the event is supposed to start. One thing I will show you guys real fast because I thought this was interesting. And if you guys want to comment, I will be monitoring comments on the live stream as best as I can. But what I wanted to do is show you the Steve Jobs Theater. Because this is the first event at the Steve Jobs Theater as far as I'm aware. But I wanted to show you guys what this looked like. Because this is very interesting. Like, these are some concept drawings, I believe, back in the day. But this is what the thing actually looks like. It is a beautiful building. I mean, just look at that. It's crazy what this thing looks like. And apparently it works kind of like some of those high-end Apple stores where you'll walk in, everything's glass, and then it's actually like in a basement. Here's like some type of stairs. You can see it coming down. So it's really underground, the actual auditorium. There aren't too many pictures besides that, but I do think this is the stage. at this event. So it's very cool. I am always impressed with things like this. I will say Apple's, I don't know who designs. I don't know if it's like the same people that design their buildings that design like, you know, their devices, but Apple design you just can never beat. It is crazy. But to be honest, I'm starting to go away from Apple devices a little bit. And granted, I could always go back, but I'm curious to see what this event does for me personally, because I've been using a lot of Linux recently, funny enough. This computer that we're going to watch it on is actually running Ubuntu, funny enough, if you maybe could or could not tell. So, though it's really Kubuntu. But regardless, I don't know what this is going to do for me as far as changing my mind or what avenues I want to go in the future with Apple devices. I got my iPhone X, of course, but you know, it's going to be an interesting scenario on what this event really does to change my mind or not change my mind about, you know, the current state of Apple devices and Apple as a whole. Like, let me just take a look here. One thing, Apple Keynote. Just want to pull this up here. So this is like one of the latest articles from Macworld. I just wanted to show you guys real fast and some of the things we're expecting. A couple new iPhones. Let's take a look here. So yeah, so I made this joke in the last news show we did, but I was saying, like, I don't know, I don't like this X thing. You can't have the iPhone XS X's. It sounds like X's. You know, XC, SE2, this is not Apple-like. This is getting too complicated in their naming, so I don't know what's going to happen here, but I don't like these. The SE2, which is referring to that, wasn't that the SE, that stupid plastic iPhone that used to be a thing? I'm pretty sure it was. So I don't know what Apple's going to do with the iPhones, but I actually disagree with all of these predictions. I don't think Apple's going to do that. Just looking at the live stream, making sure we're still good. There was once a time that Apple live streams could only be watchable on Apple devices. I was hoping that wasn't going to be the case. Okay, that wasn't good. I don't know if I accidentally hit the power button on my wireless pack here or what happened, but let's keep my eye on it. I don't know if the battery's dying. I gotta go find batteries. Oh, batteries, where shall you be? I don't even know. We definitely have some. But that is the problem here. Looking at some comments here, as I'm gonna have to get up in a second before the live stream begins, or the Apple's live stream begins. But got some comments here. I'm excited and ready for old iPhones to drop, so I can get one. Oh, so you're waiting for the old iPhones to drop prices? You know, that's not a terrible idea. I love my iPhone X. When this thing's a little bit cheaper, that is not going to be a bad idea. Someone says hello. Hello. Pretty excited to see what they're going to showcase, absolutely. And then someone said, oh no, yeah, that's for my microphone battery. You know what, in wireless, I don't know if the battery's gonna die on my way to get a battery, but I'll be back. I gotta find a battery. Okay, so far, it's still on. Battery. If I was a battery, where would I be? If I was a battery, where would I be? If I was a battery, where would I be? Ooh. I found batteries. Okay. Okay, I got batteries. You know what? I hate batteries too, Ryan. But here's the thing about batteries. I would rather this be something I can replace than something I have to charge, and then all of a sudden I found out while doing this live stream that I need to charge. Okay, whoa, that was loud. We are back. Yeah, Ryan, which phone you excited to see? Your audio went out just like my ex. Let's hope it comes back. Ha 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 ha. That's either sad or funny, I don't know. Good, we got batteries, and if they die again, I will know. And I have batteries. Put this back in my pocket. But thank you for letting me know the audio was indeed not working. And also, feel free to interact during this whole show. I mean, we're going to be very interactive. We're obviously, like, look, some of this stuff can be really boring in all reality. You know, that's why, like, I wanted to do this stream, so we're not just, like, boring you with watching the Apple live stream yourself. You can come here, we can talk about stuff. They're going to talk about stuff we don't care about. You know, but we want to talk about the stuff we all do really care about. Ryan says, I'm actually curious to see the iPhone SE2. Not sure if it will actually be announced. I don't know. Do we really need a cheaper iPhone? You know what? The answer really lies in the rest of the lineup, because we might need a cheaper iPhone if all of a sudden Apple decides we're having $1,000 iPhones. So, you know, we'll have to see of what happens with that, I guess. Okay, just checking messages all around, making sure we're all good in the hood. So we got like 3 minutes now. So far, this is what we see still. I'm guessing there's some music playing. Yeah, I don't want to play the music because then we'll have copyright issues. So we got a couple more minutes still until the event actually starts. Going back to some of these predictions real fast of what we were actually going to see. iPhone SE2, we know that. iPads, you know, I have an iPad Pro. It's current gen up till today. I don't know. It's such a good iPad. I don't know really what you can do to improve it. I mean, I'm sure they will. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure we'll see new processors and 10 times more performance. But in real life, day-to-day operations, I don't really know. What I am potentially excited to see, and this is Macs, and again, this is possibly September, probably October. They're saying new MacBook Airs. I am indeed a MacBook Air fan. I got one right here. Here's my 11-inch MacBook Air. Got this really, really cheap in the grand scheme of things, and I use this quite a bit. I have no complaints about that device. So I would love to see some new MacBook Air, especially if they cheapen up the Mac line a little bit. People, a more affordable option. I'd love to see a MacBook Air at $600. Is that going to happen? Probably not, but love it nonetheless. MacBooks, Mac Mini. We're probably not going to see any of this today. No Mac Pros today. iOS 12 should be released today. Or maybe not, but historically it's released the same day of the event, but we'll see about that. WatchOS 5, so a lot of software. Don't think we're going to, well, we might hear something about OS Mojave. I don't know, that'll be interesting as well. New Apple TV OS and whatever else. Studio Pods, maybe. That would actually be cool. Some, you know, better earphones, ear pods, whatever for more production stuff. I could see that. So it will be interesting to see what happens with all this. So let's take a look at the keynote right now. Oh, things are happening. Things are happening. It's gone quiet. It's like, I'm trying to think, did it go quiet or is it just muted? No, it's gone quiet. Yeah. Okay. So now we gotta wait and see what happens here. So, I hear some music. Okay, here we go. It's starting, guys. It's starting. Oh, here's the Steve Jobs Theater. That's pretty cool. Where is this live? This is definitely on a Steadicam. I think it is probably live. Look at this beautiful theater, though. Can I just say that right there? This beautiful theater. Why is that doing that? Oh, no, wrong thing. Crap. I don't know if I broke something. There we go. Steve Jobs Theater. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Steve Jobs would probably be very proud of this. Oh, wow, look at it opening up like that. That is pretty darn cool. It's like a big garage door. This thing is crazy looking. Ooh, I'll clap as if I'm there. That is a beautiful theater. I'm excited now. I don't know. Is it just me? Look at this. Okay, this is fun. Get rid of me for a second. This is a beautiful headquarters. This is crazy building right here. Oh, this is funny already. I like Apple when they're funny and have a comedic charm to them. This is probably true too. Right before an event, something crazy happens. Steve Jobs used to like joke about this type of stuff. Look at this beautiful plaza they're on though.
Hey Siri, what's the fastest way to Steve Jobs Theater?
Take a right.
Oh, this is funny.
Quarter mile.
I am very much enjoying this right now. Really? That building is gorgeous though.
Kevin?
Kevin?
Shouldn't you be at the event?
Really?
That's a serious upgrade.
That's funny. Are they gonna announce that today? Look at the doors! This is like a building out of like Star Trek. Oh, that's not nice. A lot of stairs. This is the most entertaining video. Oh, wow, she's jumping it. She's jumping it. She got the briefcase. Good, good, good. Oh, okay. Where are you going? Where are you going? Backstage. Her ID. She's not authorized. Oh. This music makes it.
Is that it?
Very dramatic. What's happening? What is it? What is it?
Tim. It's here.
This is funny.
The clicker.
Oh, it's the clicker.
The clicker.
The clicker.
The clicker?
The clicker. That was funny. I give you claps for that, Apple. That was funny. Here we go. That was funny. I give you credit for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
No, I said you're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. Or afternoon.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Welcome to the Steve Jobs Theater. Wasn't that a fun video?
That was fun.
Things certainly do get hectic around here leading up to days like this. But they're also magical days because we get to share our latest innovations with you. As you know, Apple was founded to make the computer more personal. Of course, first with the Apple II, and then later with the Mac. Over the years, we've taken this mission further than anyone could have imagined.
Have you?
We've created several categories of technology that have had a profound impact on people's lives, from the iPod to the iPhone to the iPad to the Apple Watch. And we've completely reinvented the retail experience, making it more personal and engaging. Our stores have become part of the community. They're open, beautiful, and inspiring places to learn and gather. Like this gorgeous store, the Apple Piazza Liberty, that's revitalizing a plaza in the heart of the lawn. The store opened to thousands of customers who came to experience a weekend full of events. And we know it's going to be popular for years to come. In fact, our Apple stores are now welcoming over 500 million visitors.
I will say this is pretty crazy so far. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I don't care about all this detail. Plus, I got some comments to catch up on here. But we got, let's take a look here. I have batteries over language. Okay, I saw that. People are saying, whoa, it is whoa. That's pretty darn cool. That whole intro sequence was pretty good. I give Apple some credit for that. But again, what I was saying is look at their buildings, look at their architecture. They're showing off some of their Apple stores, you know, right now. It's beautiful. And I gotta say, that's one thing about Apple that I feel like really sets them apart from the competition is the entire experience, from retail to online to the physical device. You know, there's something magical about how Apple does all that. The 2 billion iOS devices, that's also a really big feat, and just shows that they must be doing something right.
This is astonishing. iOS has changed the way we live, from the way we learn, to the way we work, to how we're entertained, to how we shop, order our
That's
food,
true.
get our transportation.
Oh, that's true.
In touch with one another. And of course, how we capture the moments of our lives and share them with those we love. It's amazing how our missions...
You know what I don't like though, and I know Apple does it for a reason, but they really spend so much time doing all this crap that no one really cares about. In all reality, and these are impressive numbers, don't get me wrong. But we want the phones, Apple. We want the iPads. We know it's true. You know, I'm not the only one thinking that.
The ones that are with you everywhere that you go.
Okay.
How are we going to take them
Mr. Tim.
further?
He's looking pretty good, I will say that.
Started with the Apple Watch.
Apple Watch. Okay, here we go. Getting into some good stuff now. Getting right into it. I appreciate that, Tim.
We're thrilled by how much the Apple Watch has grown in such a short period of time. I mean, to think this category didn't even exist just a few years ago. And now, Apple Watch is being embraced by so many people around the world. Apple Watch is not only the #1 smartwatch in the world, it's the #1 watch, period.
Is that true? I mean, I don't know if, I guess it's true.
Apple Watch has redefined what a watch can do for you.
That part's
it's the
true.
integration of breakthrough technology and powerful software.
I'm really surprised not one of those Casio watches are still like the #1 watch in the world, but
for millions
whatever.
of people around the world, Apple Watch has become an indispensable part of their daily lives by helping them stay connected, to be more active, and to live a healthier day.
Dude, so many people really think nowadays it's like, oh, I just hate that how disconnected from the world I am.
I'd like to invite
I mean,
Jeff up.
not criticizing them. I like the Apple Watch. Just like how much more connected do you need to be? And I know I'm talking off a rant here in ways, and we're watching this, but feel free to interact and comment at the same time.
By how Apple Watch has become such
questions, comments, concerns, making sure you're leaving them.
Of people's lives, and it's becoming more indispensable in 3 areas in particular. It keeps you connected to the people and information you care about with phone calls and messages and notifications right on your wrist. And cellular lets you stay connected with just your Apple Watch, even if you leave your phone behind. Fitness is at the core of Apple Watch.
He said specifically not just the #1 smartwatch, but also the #1 watch. That's what he said. So that's why I was questioning that. I believe it's the #1 watch. I don't necessarily believe it's #1, or sorry, I believe it's the #1 smartwatch. I don't necessarily believe it's #1 watch.
Health has been at the core of Apple Watch as well. Apple Watch put heart rate monitoring right on the wrist. And while you could always check your heart rate, Apple Watch now looks in the background and notifies you if it detects an elevated heart rate.
Yeah, funny story about this. I was watching, I went to the movies when the last Star Wars movie came out. And midway through the movie, my Apple Watch went off and said, "Are you having a heart attack?" Because I had an elevated heart rate. I'm like, wow, this movie was really doing something to me. But that is a true story, and I think that's pretty funny.
Today, in each of these areas, staying connected, living an active life, and managing your health, we're taking Apple Watch to the next level.
What's the next level?
And now, I'd like to introduce...
What is it? What is it?
The next generation of Apple Watch.
Ooh, right to the point. I like it. Ooh, more videos, more videos. I like purple. It's like a purpley... Ooh, this is good, this is good, this is good. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Whoa, fire. This thing is on fire. It looks very similar to the last one. Okay. Don't know what that means or is yet, but interesting. It looks just like the last one. I'm not being critical of Apple, by the way. I'm just pointing out facts.
Apple Watch Series 4, everything about it has been redesigned and re-engineered.
Huh?
Every detail
I'm
has
being
been
tough on them, I am.
considered. And it's
beautiful, though. I'll give you
beautiful.
that. It is beautiful. It's a very nice looking watch.
It all starts with a stunning new display. We've pushed the screens right to the edges.
Okay.
And we've curved the
it does look a
corners
little
to
differently.
perfectly match the shape of
I
the
like
watch.
that. It does look better.
The screens are significantly larger. In fact, they're over 30% larger.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. And we've done this with minimal changes to the case size. Series 4 is thinner.
When is
so
blood
there's
pressure
actually
going to be a
less
new
total
feature,
volume
Ryan says?
than in
Maybe
Series
today.
3.
Maybe today.
And to take advantage of the new
40 and
displays,
44 millimeter. That
every
is
part
decent
of the
bit
UI
size bigger.
has been redesigned. You'll see more in maps.
It's not a
and
perfectly
photos
square screen anymore. It's like
and
a off.
calendar.
It doesn't look like it. It could be.
We've created
It's interesting.
new complications. They look beautiful, and they show even more information and detail. And we've also designed a brand new watch face with up to 8 complications that really brings them to
Why is
life.
Apple overcomplicating themselves? You
And
get
you
it?
can
Didn't
customize it with the things you care about.
I like that. It actually looks pretty good.
Now,
I like
you can
that.
add loved ones to your watch face and simply tap to connect with them.
I like that too.
Or if you're traveling, you can customize a watch face to track the different time zones. Or maybe you want to create the ultimate health and fitness watch.
Hey, can you monitor blood pressure through something on your wrist, though? I don't know. I'm no
We also
doctor.
redesigned the modular face with more detailed and graphical information from apps like stocks and heart rate and activity, and even apps from our developers. So now you can track the live score of your favorite team with MLB.
That's nice. Not for me. I don't care about sports, but I can see how people would like that.
Information will appear right on your watch face.
I
with the
like
Qantas
that.
app. Or you can glance at nutritional intake with the LifeSum app. Next, the Breathe app has been a popular way for people to take a moment.
I got
to
mad
be
every
more
single
mindful.
time my Apple Watch would be like,
And
breathe.
now,
It's like, I don't
the
want to
app is
breathe right
available
now.
as a
Don't
watch
tell me when to
face.
breathe.
So with a simple raise of the wrist, the watch face will guide you through a deep breath.
I don't want
There
a
are
deep breath.
3 beautiful variations to choose from. It's a little hypnotic. It's kind of wonderful. In addition, we've created some dynamic new watch faces that uniquely interact with the shape of the display. With the Fire face,
Fire
the
face I like. I
flames
think it's pretty
subtly
cool.
illuminate the ticks of the dial.
I like that.
And the new Water face.
That's
Notice
pretty
how
cool
the
too.
bubbles splash
Almost looks
off
like a
the
big pool.
edges. And the Vapor face looks amazing with the rich, vibrant colors.
It's pretty cool too.
We think you're going to love everything about the new displays on Series 4.
I guess good upgrade for the watch. I mean,
Next, let's turn to the Digital Crown. The Digital Crown's been completely re-engineered, and it now includes haptic feedback, giving you a more responsive and mechanical
I like
feel.
that.
It's especially great in apps like podcasts and calendar, where you precisely flip through each item. The speaker has also been completely redesigned. It's 50% louder, which is great for phone calls and walkie-talkie.
see, that I'm really happy about because
Yes,
I always
yes.
said the Apple Watch is too
Siri something on
quiet,
Series
especially
4,
for
and
phone
she
calls.
comes back with volume. You just won't believe the sound you get out of such a small
50% more
device.
volume, that seems about where it
We
needs to
moved the
be. I am happy
microphone
about
on Series
that.
4 to the opposite side, as far away from the speaker as possible, to reduce echo, making phone calls even clearer. And the back of Series 4 is absolutely beautiful.
Looks like a big eye.
It's made entirely of black ceramic and sapphire crystal. And it's not only beautiful, it's highly functional. Radio waves can now pass through both the front and the back, resulting in improved cellular reception. So this, along with a new speaker and microphone, makes Series 4 even better for staying connected.
All good upgrades, all good upgrades. Yeah, but
Series 4 is
band
just as
theoretically
impressive
would
on
have
the
to
inside. The brain of Series 4 is our
I don't know
fourth
if they could do
generation
that unless they
silicon
have a
and
specific
package.
band. That could be
SIP.
true.
And we call it
That's a valid
S4.
point, because the band
It
would have to
allows
have
us
contacts
build
to
in
like.
so many capabilities in such
I
a
get what you're
small
saying.
device.
Yeah, you would need specific bands for that.
S4 contains a powerful new dual-core 64-bit processor and a new
Because you
GPU,
definitely need a 64-bit
both
processor
custom
on your wrist.
designed by our Apple Silicon
Again, I'm
team
just
to
being. I don't know why I'm being so
2
critical of
times
them.
faster
It's fun.
performance. On Apple Watch, the accelerometer and gyroscope, they power important experiences like all-day activity tracking or even identifying your swim stroke. Well, Series 4 has a next-generation accelerometer and gyroscope with twice the dynamic range, measuring up to 32 G-forces, and can sample motion data 8 times faster. You probably have no idea what any of that means, but that's okay, because we do, and it's allowed us to do something new.
What's the new thing?
One of the leading causes of injuries worldwide is falls. So whether you slip off a step ladder or you trip on a curb, a hard fall can be serious, and it can be difficult to get immediate help. Well, now, Apple Watch Series 4 can detect a fall.
Wow, that is interesting. I wasn't expecting that one. That's interesting. Maybe good for elderly people.
It's interesting. Identifying a fall may sound like a straightforward problem, but it requires a tremendous amount of data and analysis. We conducted studies with thousands of people over a long period of time, and we captured data on real-world falls, and we learned something. We learned that with falls, there's this repeatable motion pattern that happens. For example, when you trip, your body will naturally pitch forward and your arms will go out involuntarily to brace yourself. However, if you slip, there's a natural upward motion of the arms. Well, these are motions Series 4 is ideally suited to recognize. With a new accelerometer and gyroscope, the watch analyzes wrist trajectory and impact acceleration to determine when a fall occurs. And after detecting a fall, Series 4 delivers an alert. And from that alert, you can initiate an emergency call. However, if the watch senses you are mobile for 1 minute, it will start the call automatically. And it also sends a message with your locations to your emergency contacts using the SOS feature that is already built into Apple Watch.
Okay, that is good.
Fall detection is a feature
that
we
theoretically really could save
really
lives.
Nice to know it's there.
It does remind me a lot of Life Alert. Oh my God, I've fallen and I can't get up. But this really could save lives, because not everyone has Life Alert, but a lot of people have Apple Watches.
From the beginning.
I like that.
And it allows us to calculate the calorie burn during your workouts. It allows us to determine your resting heart rate. And it also powers the high heart rate notification that's helped Apple Watch become an intelligent guardian for your health. We wanted to do even more.
Or movie watching.
Space.
Blood pressure.
So we're announcing 3 new heart features. First, a notification if your heart rate appears to be too low.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm surprised it's not a thing already.
Heart rate's thought to be a good thing.
Well, too low heart rate.
Low, it might mean that your heart's not pumping enough blood to the body. And that could be a sign of something serious. And now Apple Watch can detect it.
That seems pretty basic. I'm hoping for blood pressure only because Ryan wants it now.
The second feature is related
blood
to
pressure.
Heart rhythm.
No.
And this is a big deal.
Like heart.
Apple Watch can now screen your heart rhythm in the background, and it sends you a notification. If it detects an irregular rhythm that appears to be atrial fibrillation. Now, it won't catch every instance of AFib, but we believe this is going to help a lot of people who didn't otherwise know they had an issue.
Hey, you know what? That is amazing. If someone gets an Apple Watch and realizes they have an issue with their heart they didn't previously know, it could make people catch issues way before it's really an issue. I like that. Apple's doing good with this health stuff.
Features, they're powered by
Blood
the
pressure.
optical sensor.
Blood pressure.
The third feature is made possible by a new electrical heart sensor on Series 4. We've added electrodes into the back sapphire crystal and the digital crown, allowing you to take an electrocardiogram.
Wow. Interesting.
It's otherwise known as an ECG, and this is the first ECG product offered over the counter directly to consumers.
Interesting. Well, you didn't get your blood pressure, but you got an ECG on your wrist.
An ECG measures the electrical activity of the heartbeat, and it's used by physicians to help diagnose certain heart diseases and other conditions. And so now you can take an
Oh, the
ECG
train's about to go by.
anytime, anywhere,
I'll mute them. I'll mute
right
my
from
mic
your
now.
wrist. You just open the app and you put your finger on the digital crown. To show you how this works, let's take a closer look. The built-in electrodes in the back crystal and the digital crown, they detect electrical impulses from the heartbeat. They route them to the S4 chip, which converts them to signal for our algorithms. The entire process takes just 30 seconds, and at the completion of the ECG recording, you will receive a heart rhythm classification.
I will say this is all very impressive.
Your heart is beating in a normal rhythm.
And Ryan just said, I'm in nursing school, and falls are such a big deal in hospitals. I can see how this would help with a patient and outpatient settings. Absolutely, I very much do agree with that.
ECG recordings.
This is definitely amazing technology on a wrist.
Noted symptoms. They're all stored.
What I really think is really important about this, in all reality, is that this is putting a medical device on everyone's wrist, but they're not buying it really for those reasons. So it's opening it up, all that stuff, to someone that wouldn't otherwise have it. So I think that's what's really important here.
And to give you his thoughts on this, I'd like to invite to the stage the president of the American Heart Association, and also a practicing cardiologist, Dr. Ivor Benjamin.
Come on, Ivor.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm inspired by the life-saving potential of technology and applaud Apple's innovation and commitment to health. Capturing meaningful data about a person's heart in real time is changing the way we practice medicine.
Yeah, no, I can believe that.
In my experience, people often report symptoms that are absent during their medical visits. That is why information is vital.
What I'll share a little bit about this personally is my grandmother had an irregular heartbeat for a long time that no one knew about because she wasn't getting the proper medical advice because she had a bad doctor, unfortunately. She had something like this, could have been a game changer. So, I mean, I think this stuff really is amazing. I do like that they're going the health direction. It's not what I thought we were going to see out of this watch as the primary new stuff, but it makes sense to me, and I like it. So I'm not complaining about Apple in this regard.
Health-related complications.
This you're not seeing on the Android equivalents to the same extent.
We are committed to educate and empower people to be proactive in all areas of their health and general well-being. The American Heart Association is a relentless force for a world of longer, healthier lives. Products that seek to provide deeper health insights, like the Apple Watch Series 4, offer great potential.
This guy's very much reading the teleprompter, though, I'll tell you that much, but you can literally see him looking down at the teleprompter. Good job, I like it. Thank you, Ivor.
Thanks, Dr. Benjamin. It's great to have the support of the American Heart Association.
That is a big one to have.
I'm also pleased to say we've received clearance from the FDA.
Good. I was going to ask about that. I was going to ask, does there have to be some certification from the FDA for that? And Ryan says Apple is sneaking healthiness into our lives. I agree with that.
This is a de novo clearance, which means it's the first of its kind. Also, the irregular heart rhythm alert has also received FDA clearance.
Good.
Both of these features will be available to US customers later this year, and we're working hard to bring them to customers around the world.
I like it. I do. I very much appreciate that from Apple.
I just have to show you, when you open the app, this is what you see on the watch face. It's really beautiful. People in general don't like things that are medical. This kind of makes you want to take an ECG.
There you go. Them sneak it into your life, just like you said, Ryan.
It's amazing to think that the same watch you wear every day to make phone calls and respond to messages, track your activity, like even
it's making
run a marathon
it pretty.
Can now take.
It's sneaking it into our lives through technology and prettiness.
Apple Watch Series 4 is the ultimate guardian for your health, the best fitness companion, and the most convenient way to stay connected. And with all these amazing features, of course, your data is still protected. At Apple, we believe your personal information belongs to you. You should decide who you share it with and who gets to see it, period.
Amen. I like that.
All your health and fitness data, it's encrypted on device and in the cloud.
Good.
So Apple Watch Series 4, larger display, brand new UI, digital.
Look, I think this is all very good upgrades for the most part. I was a little skeptical whether the Series 4 would be a serious, substantial upgrade from the Series 3. I am happy to say I believe it is. So I'm going to give the thumbs up to go buy yourself a new Apple Watch Series 4. I indeed do like that. By the way, if you are watching this live stream, make sure you actually you go ahead and you subscribe, you like on this video, you comment, you interact with us. We're still here for a while today. We just talked about the watch. So there's a lot more to talk about.
I'm pleased to tell you
battery life.
That Series 4 has the same 18-hour all-day battery life that our customers enjoy on Apple Watch.
Good. That could have been a game changer there. Battery life gets sufficed because of your...
We've increased the outdoor workout time to 6 hours.
Okay.
So you can have full GPS tracking, which is perfect for
good.
those marathons or long bike rides. And of course, Apple Watch has been designed and manufactured in an environmentally friendly way.
Of course it is. Apple's very good with that stuff.
I created a video about Series 4, and I'd like to show that to you now.
Let's watch the video. And the bass keeps rumbling. And in a world full of Apple Watches, Johnny Ive.
Apple Watch Series 4.
I didn't know he spelled Johnny like that.
Evolution. It represents a fundamental redesign and re-engineering of Apple Watch, while retaining the original iconic design. We've developed and refined the form, also managing to make it thinner.
They didn't talk much about that.
The new display is now over 30% larger and is seamlessly integrated into the product.
I wish it was a little more edge to edge, but
has been
it's pretty good still.
Designed for our new display, providing more information with richer detail.
I like this music.
The hardware and the software combine to define a very new and truly integrated singular design. Navigating with the digital crown, already one of the most intricate mechanisms we've ever created.
Wow, look at that.
Entirely re-engineered.
That's a lot of crap altogether there.
With haptic feedback, delivering a precise mechanical feel as you scroll. In addition to an optical heart sensor, there is a new Apple-designed electrical heart sensor that allows you to take an electrocardiogram or ECG to share with your doctor. A momentous achievement for a wearable device. Placing a finger on the digital crown creates a closed circuit with electrodes on the back. providing data the ECG.
Their
app
graphics
uses
are
to
amazing. I'll
analyze
tell
your
you that
heart
much.
While
They got
understanding
great people
heart
working for
health
Apple.
is essential to our well-being. Additional features and enhancements encourage us to live an overall healthier, more active life. The accelerometer, gyroscope, and altimeter allow you to record new types of workouts, measure runs with increased precision, and track your all-day activity with great accuracy. Enhanced cellular connectivity enables something truly liberating. The ability.
This is a great
to stay
video.
connected
I'm
with
sorry,
just
as
your
a
watch.
kind of a
Phone
videographer,
calls,
and that's kind of what we
music
do here.
streaming,
Gotta
and
say,
even
they make
emergency
great
assistance
content here.
Are all immediately available from your wrist. Apple Watch Series 4 is a device so powerful, so personal, so liberating, it can change the way you live each day.
It looks good. It looks very good. I like it. I like it.
Series 4 will be available in 3 aluminum finishes: silver, gold, and space gray.
I like the space gray.
And the stainless collection is absolutely beautiful with polished and space black. We shipped stainless before, but there's something about Series 4 that is even more gorgeous. And there's a brand new finish, gold stainless, which is wonderful paired with this Milanese loop.
That's a little too flashy for me. I'd go with the space gray.
All band colors and band styles fit any generation of Apple Watch. So all those Series 4 customers, all the bands that you already own will work just fine on the Series 4.
That's good.
For customers who love Nike Plus, especially runners, it's been optimized for Series 4 with full screen watch faces that look great. And they've done something really cool with the Nike Sport Loop. They've added reflective yarn for nighttime
Reflective
visibility.
yarn. Never knew that was a thing. Reflective yarn.
Apple Watch Hermes continues this fall with some bold new looks.
Those are nice.
There's these gorgeous color blocks on the watch face, and they change with the passage of time, and they look really wonderful paired with the new Doubletour bands.
Wow, look at those bands. Those look nice.
Apple Watch Series 4 with GPS
Not bad.
starts at $399.
Oh, what?
Series 4 with
$500 for the
starts at
cellular. That's
$499.
pretty expensive.
And
It's
we're
more
keeping
expensive than
Series
last
3
model, I
in the
believe.
line at more affordable
Yep.
prices,
There you go.
starting at just $279.
Little expensive.
Series 4 GPS will be available in 26 markets.
Just remember,
at launch.
I want to say this for sure.
Series 4 with
if I remember how to do what I'm
cellular will
doing.
start in 16 markets.
Just remember that just
34 carriers. That's more than twice
just
the
a
number of
few
carriers we had last
years
year.
ago, iPhone started at like $500-600. Now the accessory you put on your wrist starts at that price. So
September 21st.
expect some very high-priced iPhones at this event. That's what I'm kind of gathering from this at this point.
And watchOS 5, the most advanced wearable operating system, will be available on September 17th.
September 17th.
That's Apple
I'm kind of
Watch.
wondering if we will see
Now
iOS
back to
12
Tim.
today. It might be later this month still. I don't know.
Thank you. I could not be more excited about the Apple Watch Series 4. Apple Watch is really redefining what a watch can do for you. Now, we made a video about how the Apple Watch is inspiring people all around the world to be more active. And I'd love to run it for you now. I think you're going to get a kick out of it.
You put your right arm in, you put your right arm out, you put your right arm in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Left foot. You put your left foot in, you put your left foot out, you put your left foot in and then you shake it all about.
Hey, honey, still running.
And you turn yourself around.
shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you shake yourself around. That's what it's all about. Woo! Woo! Love it.
We really love what the Apple Watch is doing to get the world moving. So that is Apple Watch. Now let's talk about iPhone.
Yeah, let's talk about iPhone.
iPhone 10 defined the future of the smartphone. It introduced new technologies that is at the cutting
Love my
edge of
iPhone
what's
10.
possible. With a stunning all-screen design and intuitive gestures, with technologies like the True Depth camera system and Face ID, where your phone knows what you look like and your face becomes your password. iPhone 10 has an incredible camera system that uses intelligent software to make the most stunning portraits. This was only previously possible with pro-level equipment. And there are so many other innovative technologies that are built right in. And of course, all of them are powered by the world's most advanced mobile operating system, iOS. iPhone 10 has changed the industry.
Do you think they upped the update could bring some new features to the Series 3? Yeah, you'll probably get some. You'll probably get some new enhancements to the Series 3 with the new OS. So yeah, I mean, if you have the Series 3, before you go ahead and pre-order and buy a Series 4, take a look to see what it fully does. They do neglect to say those things at these type of events. They just talk about the new stuff. They don't really highlight what new features get added to their old stuff too.
Today, we're going to take
what are we taking?
iPhone 10 to the next level. I'm excited to show you what is by far the most advanced iPhone we have ever created.
You say that every year, every single year. But I'm listening. I'm very intrigued now. Ooh, I like the music. Ooh. Oh God, this thing looks sexy. Oh, I like it already. Look at that gold. That gold model is amazing looking. I have goosebumps. Oh, that's sexy. I guess it's gold. I don't even know. I'll clap for that. I will clap. That thing looks sexy.
This is iPhone XS.
No! Don't call it the XS. I don't like it no more. Don't like. No, I still like it. It's okay.
Phil up to tell you all about.
Why the XS? It just sounds weird. It's in excess. That's what it is. But whatever. Whatever.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Phil.
I am
Is that
so
your name?
excited to tell you all about iPhone XS.
Okay, wait. I know we want to hear this.
It has a
but it used to be called just the iPhone X. Now they're calling it the iPhone XS. Just that was from Apple's mouth themselves.
It is the most
here, that was Phil said it.
iPhone we have ever made.
Just saying.
The screen goes top to bottom, edge to edge, rounded into the corners. And it's covered on the front and the back with a new formulation of glass that is the most durable glass ever in a smartphone.
It looks very beautiful. I like the gold. That might be the one I go for this year.
iPhone XS comes in 3 finishes: gold, silver, and space gray. They are beautiful. And they're protected from dust and liquids to an even higher level now, IP68. That means it's protected to 2 meters for up to 30 minutes. So if you happen to be hanging by the pool, drop your phone in the water, don't worry. Dive down, grab it, rinse it, let it dry, you'll be fine. And the team tests it in many different liquids. In chlorinated water, salt water, orange juice, tea, wine, even beer. And this is some of the most fun, intense testing we get to do at Apple. The screen on iPhone XS is a Super Retina display.
Super Retina.
Made yet. It's an OLED display, 5.8 inches on the diagonal. It's 2.7 million pixels, 458 pixels per inch, the highest quality display on an iOS device. Now let's put it side by side with our plus size phone, an iPhone 8 Plus. And as you can see, it's as big a display as the plus size phone, but in a smaller design. And so many customers love that about that.
See, that's what
Big
I like, but
display,
other people
easy,
didn't
comfortable
like that. Like
reading.
Eric doesn't
And it
like that,
looks
but I like it.
incredible. Watching movies on it, the latest HDR movies like Lego Batman.
I want to see the Lego
Using
Batman
the
movie.
latest formats, Dolby Vision HDR10. Your photos look stunning on iPhone XS. You shoot them with beautiful wide color, and they display better than ever on the new Super Retina display because it has a 60% greater dynamic range for colors in your photos. It's
pretty
than
good.
the iPhone X's display. It is gorgeous.
And the iPhone 10 display, if you don't have an iPhone 10,
is not just one,
it's beautiful.
but two sizes of display.
There you go. Making a bigger one.
5.8
Eric will be
and a
happy.
new 6.5
6.5 inch. That's huge. That's like having a tablet in your pocket.
This is the biggest display ever.
God,
on an iPhone. It is an OLED
6.5.
display as well.
That's crazy.
3.3 million pixels, 458 pixels per inch again. Now, a lot of our customers have loved the plus-size iPhones, so let's put that side by side. You can see it's about the same size phone with a much larger display. We think there are a lot of customers who are going to love this larger display.
That's crazy
The 5.8
size.
inch, you already said, was as big as a plus-size display. So what do you call a phone that's bigger than plus size? Well, we call it the iPhone XS Max.
Oh my God, these names are getting too crazy. The iPhone
And the
10X Max.
is an incredible experience. Watching videos on it is cinematic. Looking at your
How
photos
much are these
bigger than
phones gonna
ever
be?
is
That's the next
incredible.
thing, though.
Surfing the web, looking at flyovers and
So
maps.
big.
Even when you're using some of the built-in apps.
No one's
the
ever
team's
said that
taking
to me,
advantage of the wider
FYI.
display when it's in horizontal mode to give you a split view like here.
It
in
looks like a
Contacts.
tablet. It really
It's
does.
awesome for editing videos in iMovie, for creating songs with GarageBand.
I know physically it's not much bigger.
Even playing
but
immersive killer games.
it's freaking
so
big.
much fun in the iPhone XS Max. So there are two Super Retina displays now, 5.8 inch, 6.5 inch, both OLED displays, both 1,000,000 to 1 contrast ratio. They're HDR displays. They have fast 120 hertz touch-sensitive layer. That's how it gets its smooth scrolling, really fast typing and gaming response. They both have 3D touch for pressure sensitivity. They have tap to wake. They have incredible color management. They're true tone displays, so the paper white looks just right in all the different lighting that you use it. And they have wide color. These are amazing displays. And we've matched them to incredible sound systems as well. Stereo sound better than in any iPhone to date. Now, with the XS, you get a wider stereo field. The team has matched powerful speakers with great software to deliver an even richer sound experience. So watching movies sounds incredible. And playing games like Alto Odyssey, which previously told you to put on headphones, now you just want to listen through the speakers because of that beautiful wide stereo sound. Or of course, listening to music and watching music videos like the Foo Fighters sounds better than ever. All right, let's talk about Face ID. Face ID is a huge step forward in biometric protection.
I like Face ID. It
for all
works
of our
pretty good on the
personal data
iPhone
on our
10,
devices.
X,
and
whatever.
customers love it. It is powered by our True Depth camera system. And there's so much technology.
They got
in
a
that
lot
little
of
space
crap
right
in
there.
that little notch.
An infrared camera, flood illuminator, proximity sensor, ambient light sensor, dot projector, front camera, speaker, and microphone, all working together to give protection to the data on our devices. And they're designed with multiple neural networks, so it's secure and seamless in the iPhone experience. With iPhone XS, you just pick up your iPhone, look at it, it recognizes your face, and unlocks your notifications and information. And it does it faster than ever before, because the XS now has faster algorithms and runs on a faster version of the secure enclave, so it's gotten even better. Face ID works remarkably well. In fact, we're proud to say it is the most secure facial authentication ever in a smartphone.
That's not something really unexpected.
Now, powering Face ID in everything we do on the iPhone is our A-series chip. And the team has worked so hard to make every generation of the A-series chip better than any in ever in a smartphone. And this year is no exception. What the team has done is truly, truly breakthrough. It's called the A12 Bionic.
Okay.
The A12 Bionic is the industry's first 7-nanometer chip. And that's a huge breakthrough, yes.
Okay, interesting.
Now, the A12 Bionic is packed with 6.9 billion transistors.
That's a lot.
And what the team has done with all that is remarkable. So let's go through some of the things in this chip. We're going to talk about the CPU, the GPU, and the neural engine. Let's start with the CPU. It is an Apple-designed 6-core CPU. This is a fusion system. It has 2 high-performance cores, 4 high-efficiency cores. The 2 high-performance cores run up to 15% faster than the cores in the A11 Bionic, while also being 40% more energy efficient. And the high-efficiency cores are up to 50% more energy efficient. And all 6 cores can run at once. The GPU, well, this is an Apple-designed GPU. It is so powerful. Now, the A11 GPU was already ahead of anything else in the industry. The A12 GPU is now up to 50% faster than the A11. So a huge jump in graphics performance. But the real advancement, the real blow-away thing, is this neural engine. Now, you know we introduced the first neural engine last year with the A11 Bionic. The A12 Bionic, we take it much further. The A11 was a 2-core design. This is an 8-core dedicated machine learning engine to power all that great machine learning software on our systems. And it has a smart compute system. What that means, it's able to analyze the neural network data and figure out on the fly whether to run it on the CPU, the GPU, or the neural engine. I mean, this is breakthrough. And the performance is unmatched.
Ryan says, I'm still waiting for blood ID. That's not a bad idea.
Could process an insane 600 billion.
It's a terrible idea. I was being sarcastic, by the way. What are you gonna do? Like, cut yourself? Like, you know, Blood Brothers type style? Get a knife, cut yourself, put the blood on the phone, and unlocks? A little excessive.
Unbelievable. Now, the A12 Bionic is a complete system on a chip, so there's so much more.
That's pretty amazing.
And the team works very hard to be just as innovative at every one of these things in the A12 Bionic. It has a next-generation image signal processor, incredible video coders and decoders. There's our display engine, our audio system. Of course, it is a secure enclave. There's memory controllers, storage controllers. The Apple-designed storage controller in the A12 Bionic can now address twice as much internal storage as previously. So now you can up to 512 gigabytes of internal storage if you want. That's a half a terabyte on your iPhone.
That's a lot of storage.
That's enough for over 200,000 photos stored on your iPhone.
200,000, God.
It is incredible.
That phone's gonna be a $2,000 phone. You get the big one plus 512 gigabytes. God's gonna be expensive.
Without question, the smartest and most powerful chip ever in a smartphone. So much of the experience we have with iPhone is driven by this chip, and it's going to enable us to have so many great new experiences not possible before. So I'm very excited to bring out Cayenne Drance to show you just what we can do with iPhone. And Cayenne is our Senior Director of iPhone Product Marketing. Cayenne?
Okay, let's see what's going on here.
Thank you, Phil.
I used to just want to pricing now. It's a beautiful phone though. Looks good. Just what is it gonna cost?
A12 Bionic was designed for iPhone, not any other smartphone. This is one of the reasons why our team can deliver a chip designed for incredible performance, great battery life, for everything iPhone needs, from our everyday tasks to our most advanced technologies, such as every time you look at your phone and unlock it with Face ID, or play an immersive game on our edge-to-edge Super Retina display. And each time you take a remarkable photo. Every single thing you do touches the chip, the CPU, the GPU, or any other powerful component all throughout, best in class and designed for iPhone for the very best performance. So, next time you unlock your phone, perhaps launch photos, searching through the thousands of photos you have to find just the one you're looking for, deciding how to share it amongst different apps such as Messages, and then moving on to the next thing with multitasking, perhaps landing in Maps to find directions. A12 Bionic makes these everyday tasks feel fast and effortless. And A12 Bionic, with the performance updates in iOS 12, helps apps launch at the
Don't know why we need a 512 gigabyte phone. Now, I hear you on that. It does seem like a lot. I mean, I'm not going to be mad at people that buy that. But I think the problem with that model is going to be if you get like the bigger phone, the iPhone XS Max, I think you're going to be spending a lot of money for a 512 gigabyte model. We'll see pricing here, but it's just going to be incredibly expensive. And I think that's the bigger problem than why you actually need the storage. You probably don't need it. You might want it for your music collection that for some reason you don't stream, but that's going to be insanely expensive.
Our next-generation neural engine unlocks the power of real-time machine learning. This is incredibly important for apps like Camera, and we use that depth information for portrait mode and portrait lighting. In Animojis, mapping those 50 different facial muscles over your face in a live FaceTime call. That is computationally really intense. And of course, our immersive AR experiences.
Though I should say, a lot of this has to do with new iOS 12, not necessarily the iPhone X.
We'll make use of portrait segmentation on the neural engine.
It can do a lot of that on the current iPhone X too, with iOS 12.
In iOS 12, we're also announcing and launching Siri shortcuts, so you can get even more done with just a tap or by asking Siri to help.
I like that.
You can easily create a shortcut.
One of my biggest complaints is Siri doesn't do enough right now.
Let's take a look.
Let's take a look.
I just press and hold or ask Siri to run my Keynote Day shortcut. Now, the first thing it'll do, it'll kick off my HomeKit enabled accessories, then I'll order my morning coffee. It'll tell me how long it takes for me to go pick it up. And then it'll kick off the reminder I set to not forget my badge, get me driving directions, and start my music playlist. And here we go. And this is just one of many things that you can do with Siri shortcuts.
I like that. That I like. iOS 12, Siri shortcuts, I like that feature. But I think I'm going to like iOS 12 to begin with. iOS 12 should be good.
We're really excited this year to be opening up our neural engine to Core ML. And Core ML is going to get a lot faster. It's going to get up to 9 times faster. But it's going to run with as little as 1/10 the energy. This is tremendous. It means developers can run their most complex, most advanced neural networks in their apps and do so even more often. Then freeing up the power of the GPU for more immersive graphics like never before, which, by the way, is really useful for augmented reality. And this is another area that we're
AR is an interesting concept.
That camera viewfinder has turned into a wonderful window to these new AR experiences, such as this app here called Fishing Go, that lets you turn your surroundings into this immersive...
In iOS 12, and they might talk about it here, but even on the beta that I have on my iPhone X, there's an AR, tape measure almost type thing, where you can measure things. It's very cool. It works fairly good, even on my iPhone X.
And A12 Bionic, the GPU, helps us render realistic graphics, the ISP for real-world lighting, and the neural engine for object reflections, and more. And it joins the best...
Yeah, Ryan says I like Siri shortcuts, but it really doesn't make her smarter. No, it doesn't. It's really you making her smarter. But I like it. But they're taking that from like the Amazon Alexa experiences. Hopefully, no one has their speakers up and... I said the A word, but it really takes that where you can do like tasks. You tell it and it kicks off other things like a scene on the Alexa. I like the concept of it. It doesn't make it smarter, you're right, but it makes it a little more usable. I might use Siri more for that. Like, let's go to work, and it's like, okay, here you go. Here's your GPS, here's this, here's that. I could see I would like that.
Everyday scenarios, but also enabling new experiences. But it doesn't end with us. It also extends out to our talented pool of developers in that wonderful ecosystem, where they have access to the best software with iOS 12 and the A12 Bionic. This takes us to the next generation of apps. And we're thrilled to have 3 developers here today to show you what's possible in just a short amount of time.
Probably an AR game of some sort.
Our first developer is making use of the CPU and GPU to take their game to the next level of impact. Please welcome Todd Howard, game director of Bethesda Game Studios.
I am getting tired of them saying the next level. It's like, I just don't think these are super huge improvements anymore, year after year. It's more subtle. It's not necessarily the next level.
When I was 12 on an Apple II, and I gotta tell you, I took full advantage of every single one of those low-res 40 by 40 pixels. And it's amazing how far we've come. With the technology that is packed into our phones, we can now start reaching for games that are more than simple diversions.
Yeah.
But experiences that can truly transport you. And in the new iPhone, we've been able to do just that. Let's take a look at our new Elder Scrolls game, Blades. Like the series is known for, it is a massive first-person role-playing game full of stories, quests, and an incredible world to explore. You play one of the Blades, the Empire's elite warriors, and you'll define your own character and how you want to engage in combat. You can use defense, melee, or magic.
Nice.
Now, the iPhone's OLED screen, we can pull out all of the details.
I will say, gaming on that big
usually miss
6.5-inch screen probably will be
dark
nice.
areas.
I'm not a big iPhone gamer, but
you can see the lighting
lot of
from these
screen.
crystals bloom, reflect off of the water.
it does look nice.
You can have that lighting bounce off of the wall.
I will say the live stream probably isn't doing the video justice, but if it's anything like that video,
And we can
it looks
even
pretty
have
good.
it reflect off of your sword. Additionally, we can use the new stereo widening on the iPhone so you can hear the forest around you, all without headphones.
The new speakers might be
And
one
scenes
of the
like
biggest
this
improvements.
used to only be possible in your living room on a high-end gaming console. We can do them now on your phone while doing full-screen post-processing, all while rendering 40% faster than before. You'll see the sword follows
That spider looks nasty.
movements and timings. It feels incredible. And that new depth of field camera effect really lets you focus your actions during combat.
This game looks cool, I'll be honest. I'm not a big
Spiders are...
Elder Scrolls person, but looks cool.
We've been able to pull off some incredible environments that just weren't possible before. 12-year-old me would not be able to comprehend all of these pixels, all 2.7 million of them. As we battle this lich, we can use the power of the phone to bring all those parts together. The visuals, the sound, and even haptic feedback on your attacks.
Ooh, I like haptic feedback. That's cool. I don't know. Is there any games that do that now? I don't think so.
It's not just immersive, it transports you.
I like that.
You may have fought dragons in Skyrim, but you've never experienced the Elder Scrolls like this and on your phone. Blades is coming to iOS this fall. It's available for pre-order right now. We'll see you out there.
Pre-order. I'm taking a look. How much is it? I like it. Blades. That looks like a cool game. I could see myself getting into that.
Thank you, Todd. Now, our next developer is going to enable an entirely new use case for the iPhone camera using Core ML. Here's David Lee, CEO of Next Team, and Steve Nash, two-time NBA MVP and a new member of the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Wait, I should say you can pre-order Elder Scrolls, but it doesn't cost any money. It's a free app, but you can pre-order it. Whatever. It comes out December 1st, which is my birthday.
When I was young and learning the game, I never really knew if I was doing the right things to improve my game. I would spend hours and hours shooting by myself, just hoping I was refining the techniques that would take me to the next level. I've been working closely with the home court team on a tool that will revolutionize basketball training, and I can't wait.
This is interesting. I like this.
With the new iPhone.
By the way, Ryan says, just a curious question. Do you think Apple hires people to clap at keynotes? No. I think the people that they invite to the keynotes and who show up here are super, super Apple fanboys that will clap at Apple porn. I don't know.
Tap start. It was not tracking basketball shot attempts.
This is cool already. I like this. This is cool. This is really cool. Look at this. That's amazing.
With the new iPhone and Core ML 2, we see a massive performance gain that allows us to do a lot more. The powerful A12 Bionic let our Core ML models run up to 9 times faster.
That is amazing technology.
That were not possible.
They better clap. This is why people clap, because that is amazing that that's being done on a phone. That does change
only on a new iPhone.
The game on something like, look at that. Holy, I'm trying not to swear right now.
And trajectory estimation.
That's really impressive technology. That makes me excited for the future.
Real-time shot science. that tracks 6
I'm clapping
metrics
already.
for every single shot
That
the
is
player takes.
so cool.
These insights are not visible.
I mean, I
to the
don't play
naked eye.
basketball. I don't care about this.
Become a
But you
great
got to
shooter,
admit that
you
that's
need to
amazing
practice every
technology.
day. You need to shoot at game speed and with the right posture. I focus my students on staying low and stable when they shoot.
You could do it with any sport,
Home
really.
court is giving players immediate feedback to help them understand if they are practicing with the right
That's
form.
pretty cool.
Release time is also a great indicator of whether the player is shooting at game speed while staying low. These meaningful insights and feedback just weren't possible before.
No, in the past,
When
if you
see
want
that
something like
release
this,
time
you'd
on the
be
set, it
extremely
will be displayed
expensive
on
professional
screen.
equipment.
An app can also give audio feedback through the built-in stereo speaker or your AirPods.
As players train with real-time feedback, they build muscle memory. I really wish that when I was younger, we had these tools. Home court is great for every basketball player who wants to get better, whether you're a beginner or a pro.
The most amazing part is this is all done with just your new iPhone. There are no sensor on the player, no sensor on the ball, and no sensor on the court. And that's home court real-time
That's
shot
really
science.
cool.
Shipping as an update this fall.
Home court. That is pretty darn cool.
Thank you, David.
I am surprised that's even capable of happening.
Okay, so our third app
What's
makes
the third?
use of AR to do
I knew
even
one of them
more
was going to
in-game.
be AR related. I
Here's
said that.
Atlee Marr, CEO of Directive Games.
Thanks, Diane. Playing with friends at the arcades has always been a lot of fun. Generations of gamers have enjoyed countless hours playing some of the world's best titles.
I wonder what this is going
And
to
now
be.
in AR, we are able to have our own arcade cabinet wherever and whenever we want. And with ARKit 2, multiple players are able to share the same AR experience.
Interesting.
Joining me here are my friends, and they are eager to climb the leaderboards. Andrea, Shuhai, Alessandra, are you guys ready?
We're ready to battle, Atlee.
This is Galaga AR. Just like the classic, you eliminate your enemies, you avoid being attacked, and you grab power-ups.
Now this is the type of AR that I wanted to see, because this is cool. This is a lot better experience AR than I've really ever seen before. I mean, I don't even want to get in the shot here to like, you miss this, because this looks
With your visual GPU core, we are able to render scenes like the stun effect. This is something that we could not do before.
I mean, I don't know how popular these games will still be. I think there's a lot of proof in the AR market to see if it's even a viable thing. But this is really impressive
And the new
stuff
iPhone
here.
stereo widening makes things sound really immersive. Just listen to this epic boss battle.
Oh god, what is that? It's like a bee. It's a robot bee. Kill it. I like this. This is pretty impressive. That is really cool. I'm glad someone else at least said it.
We shipped our first AR game.
And that was all in real time.
Now,
Literally,
with
they
new
were
features of
playing
ARKit
that.
2 and the power of the new iPhone, we are able to craft experiences
When's that game
at
coming
a
out?
much higher fidelity, as well as connect players, both digitally and in the physical world. Look for the first game in our AR Arcade series on the App Store later this year. Thank you.
Later this year. Hey, well, that's cool. Very cool.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
wow.
We can't wait for you guys to experience those apps and games. This is really just the beginning. We're scratching the surface of what's going to be possible on the iPhone XS and the A12 Bionic. No other chip in the world would allow us to do this. Thank you, and now back to Phil.
Wow, that's really good. It's very cool stuff. What I will say is real quick, guys, if you're watching, I appreciate it. Make sure you keep commenting, interact with us, subscribe to the YouTube channel, give us a like. So I want to see us grow some likes here. So I appreciate it. We're talking about some cameras now, it sounds like, with the new iPhones.
No doubt, you all know, it is the world's most popular camera, and for great reason. Over 10 years, customers have been taking incredible
Brian says hopefully they can incorporate Pokemon. Reminds me of the older Pokemon games. Yeah, that'd be cool.
The world and telling us stories with them. And we're so proud of all the people who use the iPhone camera, from consumers to even increasingly professionals are using them for photos like this. And this is a beautiful portrait photo. But what makes us so proud of it is that it appeared on the cover of Time magazine.
Wow, that's pretty cool. iPhone photo.
Now, this is their issue for women who are changing the world, and we couldn't be prouder to be part of that story. Well, you are going to be blown away with the pictures you can take with the iPhone XS's camera. It is a remarkable new dual camera system. It has a 12-megapixel wide camera, a 12-megapixel telephoto camera, and an even more improved True Tone flash. That 12-megapixel wide camera has a new sensor, a larger sensor with bigger, deeper pixels. It has optical image stabilization and our fast 1.8 aperture lens. It's Apple's 6-element lens. The telephoto camera is also a 12-megapixel camera, also optical image stabilization, f2.4 Apple design lens. On the front side, you have the True Depth camera system. And that's a new sensor as well, a 7-megapixel sensor that's twice as fast.
The cameras always get better.
And it works together with the IR camera and the dot projector, so it can create depth in your portrait mode photos. And as we talk about cameras, of course, everyone talks about the sensors and the lens, and rightly so, they're an important part of the camera system. But increasingly, what makes incredible photos possible aren't just the sensor and the lens, but it's the chip and the software that runs on it. And this is so true with iPhone photography. So, for example, in the A12 Bionic is the image signal processor, working together with the CPU. And it does so many things every time we take a picture. It automatically sets exposure, white balance, sets the focus, does noise reduction on low light photography. It brings out highlights and details, and it can fuse multiple images together, like when you do an HDR photo or create a beautiful panorama. And the ISP and the A12 Bionic does all of this better than ever before. But what it does that is entirely new is connect together the ISP with that neural engine to use them together to make our photos incredible. So for example, the CPU and the neural engine can work together to do detection of people's faces and bodies to understand the scene that you're shooting, and can do facial landmarking. So it recognizes exactly where the eyes are and does instant red eye reduction that looks perfect. And it creates better segmentation masks, so when you're doing portrait mode, the hair and the glasses are better than ever before. This is an amazing amount of power for our camera team. In fact, when you take a photo, it's capable of doing 1 trillion operations on every photo you take.
Basic camera upgrades. I'm not overly impressed or not impressed. I'm indifferent.
We have a brand new feature we call Smart HDR. Now, we all know what HDR is, right? You can take a couple of photos and merge them together to bring out highlights and shadows and keep your subject looking great. Well, Smart HDR takes this idea so much further. So let's say you're taking a picture and the camera recognizes you're shooting a subject and the subject's moving. You go to press down on the shutter and you get a picture instantly. It's called zero shutter lag. What the A12 Bionic is actually doing is shooting a 4-frame buffer so it can capture that critical moment. The A12 Bionic is doing even more than that. It's also capturing secondary interframes at the same time. And those interframes are shot at a different exposure level to bring out highlight details. And it's doing more than that. It's shooting a long exposure so it can get better shadow detail as well. And when you're taking that picture, it's analyzing all of those, finding out how to match up the best parts of each and merge them into one perfect photo. That's Smart HDR. It is a breakthrough, and it makes taking photos easier than ever and to get beautiful results.
Interesting.
So let me show you a few photos shot with iPhone XS, not retouched in any way, no exterior lighting used, anything else. It's just straight from the camera. So here's one. I mean, this is stunning. Your subject, beautifully lit with natural light, beautiful skin tones, great detail, and a nice, beautiful, soft background.
Really blurs the
background. What's remarkable
background.
about this photo is it was a windy day by the water, and her hair was blowing, yet you still get that incredible detail in her hair in this Smart HDR photo.
Looks pretty good.
Here's another example. As you can see, this is what you're not supposed to do, right? Shooting a photo into the sun, because that's going to blow out the exposure. But Smart HDR made sure we got a great sky, we got detail on the shadows of the water. But most of all, look at the water drops coming off of his hair and how crisp and detailed they are. And that's incredible. All your photos
not bad for a phone, I'll tell you that much.
Now with iPhone XS, no matter what your subject matter, people, pets, look at the skin detail and the hair and the beautiful sky. If you said it shoots wide color photos as well, look at the color range of this photo. Shot straight off iPhone XS. And it looks even better with the higher dynamic range display on the iPhone XS when you look at it there. We introduced portrait mode and portrait lighting photos. Those are better than ever before. Here's an example. It's incredible, the level of detail. This is the stage light feature in the portrait lighting. It looks so beautiful. Here's another portrait lighting photo. Excuse me, portrait mode photo. Beautiful, soft background. These are better than ever before. And there's a huge advancement here. Remember the area on the background of the photo, that the quality of that blur is what the industry calls bokeh. And the team wanted to make a big advancement in what can be done with bokeh. And they've done some amazing work here. They studied some of the highest end full frame cameras and expensive fast lenses to characterize the quality of professional bokeh, and then bring that capability to more and more of us through the portrait mode photos we can take with iPhone. And what they've achieved is really breakthrough. So I'm going to show you a photo now. I just tell you right up front, this was not shot with a high-end expensive camera. This is shot with an iPhone XS, and it is breakthrough. It is absolutely
pretty good looking image.
The detail on her face, the great skin tones, obviously reflecting from the surface
of the car
to light it up. But that background and the quality of that bokeh is remarkable. This is a breakthrough in photography for a smartphone. But further than that, the team discovered something remarkable. This is so exciting. I can't tell if you can tell I'm excited about this, but this is, so when you take the picture with portrait mode, and then you go into the Photos app, and you tap Edit, you're going to see a new slider on the bottom. It says Depth.
Ooh.
Yeah, someone said no. Get ready for this. Because, and let me blow it up, you're going to have to watch two things at once. You're going to watch the depth, and you're going to watch the background. You can, after taking the picture, adjust the depth of field from f1.4 to f16.
You're changing the f-stop, essentially,
and the
of the camera.
Is changing with it.
After you take the photo.
Let's do that again. We're going to slide the depth
That's
of field
pretty
and
impressive.
watch the background as it changes the depth of field of your photo. This is done after you've taken it. This has not been possible in photography of any kind of camera.
That's cool.
This is something that iPhone can
Okay, that's the best new feature we've seen so far when it comes to the cameras. That got me excited. I was like, whatever minor camera upgrades, that's a cool one. That's very cool.
There's another photo shot with an iPhone XS, and that's a beautiful background, an incredible higher quality bokeh. And as we looked at it, we selected f2.0 because we thought it had just the right depth of field we want in the photo. I mean, this is a new era of photography. Some people call it computational photography. The power of not only the sensor and the lens, but the A12 Bionic and incredible software and the care the camera team has put to creating high quality photography is making images possible now that weren't before. And the benefits of this are not only for
people in the comments saying that's nice. That is a very nice feature. Ooh, let's hear a video now. I'm excited for this.
The power of that A12 Bionic chip. And it can do many things. It has a twice as fast sensor. It can take advantage of a lot of this technology to give better image quality in our videos. And there's something else the team has done too.
What's that?
Taking advantage of the 4 microphones built into iPhone XS, we can record stereo sound with your videos as well.
I didn't know it didn't do that before, but
back with that
sounds good.
Wide stereo field, and it's
well, that low light, yeah, that low light is good.
Video that we shot with
I saw no noise in even the very dark images.
Shot on it, nothing done to it other than we edited it for length, and it's shot in low light, and it creates images that weren't possible before. Here we are.
Let's take a look. I see very little noise in the video. Again, the live stream probably isn't doing it justice, but I don't see any noise or any issues at all. Like the blacks are black. It looks good. I mean, granted, I really wish I could blow this up a little bit more. It's hard to tell when you're looking at it on like a fake iPhone screen, but it looks pretty good. It looks very good. Wow, pretty impressive. Very, very impressive.
And that's a beautiful video. You just shoot it, 4K, but there's a lot going on that the system's doing for us. Autofocus, auto exposure, bringing out the highlight details, the shadow details with wider dynamic range, amazing color rendering and tone mapping, and stereo sound being recorded automatically. So that's photography, that's video, that's our camera. Now let's talk about battery life. Increasingly, all smartphone users want more performance, bigger screens, but longer battery life too. The team's really worked hard on this. iPhone XS is able to, compared to iPhone 10, get you up to 30 minutes longer in your day than iPhone 10.
Okay, that's definitely
really
acceptable.
iPhone XS Max
this is going to be
the biggest
big one.
battery we've ever
Get
put
the big phone.
into an iPhone.
Big battery, big phone.
It can get you up to an hour and a half longer in your day.
Not bad. I'll clap to that. I'll clap.
And there's a lot more new with iPhone XS and XS Max. They have faster networking, gigabit class LTE.
Ooh.
They have more bands than any other
like
smartphone,
that.
so they have the best worldwide roaming. And speaking of worldwide capabilities, one thing we've had requests for is dual SIM capability.
Ooh.
Well, some of you know what this is for. For the rest, here are some reasons people want dual SIM. Some people want 2 phone numbers on their phone. There may be a home number and a work number.
This is interesting.
Some want 2 different plans depending on the region of the world they're in and what they need. And many of us like to travel and want to keep our local phone number, but may need to get a data plan in the region we're in so we can have access to fast data there. To do this into iPhone XS and XS Max, we built a technology called DSDS, or Dual SIM, Dual Standby. This means that you have both phone numbers there in your phone, waiting to get the call. Whichever one gets it becomes the active line. And to enable that, we've added our eSIM technology. eSIM eSIM is a standard that we've been working with carriers to promote around the world. We've actually already been shipping it in cellular iPads, in cellular watches, and now we're bringing it to iPhone. So with eSIM, it's built in, easy to set up a second line. You can point your camera at a QR code from a carrier and set it up.
Interesting.
And the teams work to make sure in the software that the fact that you have 2 different phone numbers is understood, and you can name them home and work, primary, secondary, whatever. And then throughout the user experience, you'll see that a call is coming in on a certain line, and you know how to deal with that.
Interesting, I like that.
Support for eSIM requires support from carriers, and we've been working with many great carrier partners, and they're going to be rolling out eSIM support throughout the fall and many more into next year. We're really happy to be working with them on this.
Good, I like
eSIM. That's how we provide dual SIM support around the world.
I missed that because I had the capability on my old Samsung,
physical SIM,
and I had like 2 numbers with T-Mobile, but I couldn't easily do that with my iPhone.
Max.
I like that.
In China, where we can't bring eSIM into iPhone yet, we're making a special model of the iPhone XS Max that has 2 physical SIMs, actually 1 on each side of the SIM tray. It's a really smart implementation, and we think they're going to love that. So this is iPhone XS and XS Max. They are packed with so many new advancements. Better Super Retina displays, 5.8-inch, and the new 6.5-inch OLED displays. Our next generation 7-nanometer A12 Bionic chip with faster CPU, GPU, neural engine, and helping us to deliver even longer battery life. Our new generation dual camera system with a bigger sensor, smart HDR, portrait mode with more beautiful bokeh, dynamic depth of field, higher quality videos with HD and 4K. New true depth camera system that's faster for Face ID. Gigabit class LTE. This beautiful new gold finish. Protection to IP68, and so much more. These are incredible new iPhones. And the team works really hard to make these iPhones the most environmentally friendly manner possible. To tell you a little bit more about that, I'm really excited to bring out Lisa.
Okay, let's see. Environmental friendly stuff's always good. And while we're listening to Lisa, I'll be right back.
Thanks, Phil. You know, we never stop thinking about what's best for the planet. This starts with our products, but it extends to everything we do at Apple. So for instance, earlier this year, we announced something pretty amazing. You may have heard about it already, but we can't help repeating ourselves because we now run Apple on 100% renewable energy. All of our facilities Worldwide. Now, of course, that includes the gorgeous campus that we're on right now. It's powered by our own solar panels and directed biogas fuel cells. But it's also about the facilities that you don't often see, like our data centers, which use lots of clean energy to support services like iMessage. And that means every time you send an iMessage or make a FaceTime video call, we're using lots of clean energy to make that happen. Now, when we set out to do this, people said it couldn't be done. And if you know Apple, those are exactly the kinds of challenges that we love. So we've done it, and we're really, really proud of it. And now we're on to the next challenge. We hope to one day eliminate our need to mine new materials from the earth. Now, as you can imagine, this is a massive effort. So to reach that goal, we'll have to do three things. First, we'll have to find new ways to make our products with recycled or renewable materials that are sourced responsibly. Then we'll have to ensure that our products last as long as possible. And then finally, after a long life of use, we have to ensure that they're recycled properly. So let's take a look at some of the material innovations within the new iPhones that we've just announced. We've transitioned to using recycled tin in the main logic board of iPhone, including the new iPhone XS. And of course, this is with no reduction in quality or performance. This one change will prevent the mining of over 10,000 tons of tin ore in a single year. And we're doing this with other materials as well. We have a better plastics program, and through that, we're reducing our use of traditional plastics and transitioning to recycled and bio-based materials. For example, the speaker enclosure for iPhone XS is now made with 35% post-consumer recycled plastics. And the cover glass, yeah, that's good. And the cover glass frame is made with 32% bio-based plastic. It's better for the planet, but it's also tougher and it performs better. Second, we also make sure to design and build durable products that last as long as possible. That means long-lasting hardware coupled with our amazing software. All of these devices, including the iPhone 5S, run iOS 12. And iOS 12 is designed to make your iPhone and
Did I miss
iPad
anything important, by the way?
Better,
Hope
even more
not.
responsive, faster, just better. And because they last longer, you can keep using them. And keeping using them is the best thing for the planet.
Then why do you make your devices so compelling to want to upgrade?
When it comes time to reuse and recycle, we have Apple Give Back. This is something I'm really proud of. With Apple Give Back, it doesn't matter what device you have or what condition it's in. Bring it in or mail it in to us. We'll assess it, and if it can be used by someone else, we'll give you the value. If not, we'll recycle it properly for free. Maybe we'll even use a robot. Who remembers Liam? We'll meet his sister, Daisy, who can disassemble 9 different models of iPhone. Using Daisy, we can reuse those recycled materials in future products. And the more we do this, the less we'll have to mine from the earth. So that iPhone 5S, with Apple Give Back, it can go on to another user when you're ready to switch to a new iPhone. And when it comes to the new iPhone XS, you can feel confident that it too was designed for another long life of use. Either way, it's good for you, but it is a huge win for the planet.
I mean, it's good that we're doing things that are good for the environment. I'm very much for that. But like I said in the past, this is stuff we don't care about. We do, we should, but we don't. It's sad. But if you do like, you know, this live stream and everything, make sure you subscribe, you like this video up. As we still have a lot more to go through. We should be hearing about some iPads and stuff shortly. So it should be still exciting. We're not done yet, people.
So, iPhone XS, iPhone XS Max, they are stunning. The best iPhones we've ever made by a long shot. We are so excited about the technologies in here, experience.
Can you please turn off your fan? I don't have a fan on. It's the live stream console we have here. Unfortunately, has an annoying fan. I turn that off, we lose the live stream. It's not even a computer fan. It's this actual roll-in video console. I apologize for the fan, though. Okay, I don't know what I don't know what to say. Can't imagine how complex Daisy is. I agreed with that. It's probably a complex robot. More video. Very, very nice. iPhone looks sexy.
It is incredible. We are so excited to introduce you to the iPhone XR. And we hope it reaches even more customers with this amazing, incredible technology. It's made
what does the R stand for?
7000 series aerospace-grade aluminum.
Oh, this has a notch too. What the hell is this thing? What are the pricing going to be of any of these iPhones?
Incredible new finishes.
I don't get it anymore.
White.
What is the naming scheme the way it is?
Blue.
I don't get it. But it looks nice. Very nice.
Yellow, each beautifully designed with that aluminum finish.
This was not in any of the rumors. There was no iPhone XR.
The screen goes edge to edge and top to bottom.
R. What does R stand for?
Product red one as well. And
look at that.
Beautiful.
This is interesting. I was not expecting this.
All of these are
those visual effects have me drooling. I know, me too.
IP67. They're designed end to end with the most incredible technology.
Wow.
This display is really what strikes you, though. It's an LCD display that for the first time goes edge to edge. It took advanced new engineering and technology.
LCD edge to edge, interesting. It's definitely a cheaper
LEDs that fit
phone model, but I still really want to know where these prices really come out.
This is the most advanced LCD ever in a smartphone.
Wow. I'll clap that. That's really good. This is going to put really cool technology, hopefully, in people's hands that couldn't afford the $5,000
Liquid Retina display.
Liquid Retina. That couldn't afford the $10,000 iPhone XS.
The Liquid Retina display is 6.1 inches.
6.1. That's still big.
Well, first, it's 1.4 million pixels, and it's 326 pixels per inch, so true Retina image quality. Now let's bring that iPhone 8 Plus next to it because it's really interesting. It is a bigger display than the iPhone 8 Plus in a smaller design. The design actually fits perfectly between the size of an 8 and an 8 Plus.
Our Retina,
so
I guess. I guess, but
really happy.
It's a worse display in the iPhone XS, so I don't know what they're going for here.
6.1-inch Liquid Retina display, an LCD display, 1.4 million pixels. It supports tap to wake. It has that 120 hertz touch-sensitive layer, so it scrolls super fast. It has great color management, color accuracy. It is a wide color display, and it has True Tone support, so the whites look paper white in all the lights you use them. And it is an iPhone X experience on an LCD display, so that means you tap it to wake it up. There's no home button. You swipe up to go to the
I think home buttons are completely gone. Whoa, why is my microphone having issues now?
Notifications.
Besides when in the beginning of the stream. But I don't think we'll have any home buttons anymore at all in any
it doesn't have 3D touch, but
in
here
any
again,
iPhones.
Something really smart. It has a new feature we call haptic touch. So to get to the camera from the home screen, you just press on it, you feel a haptic tap, and you're taken right to the camera. This is similar technology to what we do with the trackpad in the MacBook Pro that we all love so much.
I do like haptic touch.
It is a great experience. And like every iPhone X new experience, it has Face ID.
Nice.
Camera system.
I like Face ID.
System,
do we have Touch ID though? A lot of rumors were, are we going to get Touch ID in
proximity sensor, ambient light
on the
sensor,
touchscreen or something?
Projector, front camera, speaker, microphone. All the
they never talked about Touch ID. I'm guessing we're not getting that. I think Face ID is the future.
So you look at iPhone XR to unlock it.
That was one of the biggest rumors. I don't think it's coming true.
And like iPhone XS and XS Max, it's faster with its faster algorithms running on a faster, secure enclave. And inside the iPhone XR is nothing but the best chip we make, our brand new 7-nanometer
A12 Bionic. Good,
So this
good.
is a
I like.
powerhouse. Faster CPU, faster GPU, faster neural
So
engine.
this is not going to be
and it can do
as
all
big of a
those
difference between like the
experiences
iPhone 8 and the
that Diane showed you
iPhone
earlier,
X originally. This is
including
going to be pretty
real-time
similarly
machine
spec'd.
learning.
You're just losing out on a little bit of
It is
display. I don't know what the benefit is now to get the iPhone XS.
And it has a great new camera system.
Maybe
as
the
well.
camera.
It's a single camera system, our best single camera system that we've ever made. It's a 12 megapixel wide angle camera, the exact same wide angle camera in the XS and XS Max. So it's our new generation.
The XS Max. I can't get over that name still. Apple's naming schemings this year, I just don't even know what to do with them. My only complaint.
Pixels, fast f1.8 aperture, Apple designed lens, and the new improved True Tone flash as well. And it takes beautiful photos, like this one. So this was taken from an iPhone XR. It is stunning.
Looks
Incredible
good.
Detail, beautiful tone mapping. It's probably something you've noticed about this photo though. It's a portrait mode photo with that beautiful background blur, taken from a single camera system. This is remarkable. What the team is able to do is combine hardware and software to create a depth segmentation map using the focus pixels and neural net software so that we can create portrait mode photos on the brand new iPhone XR.
Interesting.
Here's another example. Just incredible. Beautiful.
You know what? This is the one thing I will say.
focus on
Camera
the center,
technology ultimately is not going to get too much better
background
physically.
bokeh.
What we're
As it
going to see is a
gets
lot more
the same
software
advanced technology
helping
we
make all
talked
this
about
happen.
with iPhone
Just like how this does. You know, this isn't probably as good as its hardware brethren of the iPhone, you know, XS Max, whatever. Oh, the naming. But it's impressive how software can do as good as it does.
They're absolutely beautiful. It has smart HDR as well. Helps to bring out highlights and shadows even in low light photos. It has wide color as well, so you get stunning, beautiful, rich color
Looks good.
photographs.
I have no complaints about those cameras.
On the front side, it's the same true depth camera system as iPhone XS and XS Max with its latest technology. So you get full support for portrait mode and portrait lighting. You can take some of the best selfies you've ever seen. These are shot off the true depth camera on iPhone XR.
Looks good.
What
No,
about
here's the
battery
thing.
life?
Realistically, when you take a photo, it never looks as good as those. But what's the battery life? It's got to be good, probably. Especially since it's only an LCD screen.
To the iPhone 8 Plus, so many customers love the long battery life of that. Well, iPhone XR gives you up to an hour and a half more in your day.
Yeah, that's
than
what I
the iPhone
thought.
8 Plus.
That's a big battery. Well, I don't know. Good optimization of the battery. Say that.
So this is the brand new iPhone XR.
It looks nice. I
6.1
kind of like the
liquid
colors
retina
too.
Display, an LCD
Like that
display,
blue
the
looks
most
nice.
advanced ever in the industry. It is our latest 7-nanometer
I like it.
A12 Bionic chip with its faster
I don't even know
CPU
what
and GPU
iPhone I'd want to
and that
get,
breakthrough
to be
neural
honest.
engine, and helping deliver even longer battery life.
Because it's all kind of on a
It's the best
price
single
here.
camera system we've ever
Because
made with our new
I'm
generation
really
12
worried
megapixel
Apple really
sensor
messed up with
support
pricing.
for
I
smart
think
HDR,
there are going to be
portrait mode,
iPhones that are
beautiful bokeh,
well
dynamic
over
depth control,
$1,000 here.
incredible
Well
video.
over.
It has
The pricing
same camera
scares
system
me a
as
little.
iPhone XS and XS
Because I
Max
think
with
it's just,
faster
I
Face
think
ID,
the iPhone
and on and on.
XS,
These
whatever,
beautiful new finishes,
Max especially,
that
I think that's a
incredible
$1,200, $1,400 phone. I
7000
could be
series
wrong,
grade aluminum
but I think the base
and
model is
IP67
$1,200.
touch
I wouldn't
and
surprise me if the iPhone
liquids and dust.
XS doesn't start at $1,000. Hopefully they
iPhone
lower the
XS,
prices, but
XS
we'll see.
Max, and iPhone XR have arsenic-free displays, glass.
The thing they talk about every time. I will say, guys, once again, I appreciate you guys for watching this live stream. Please make sure you subscribe and you like this video if you want to keep us doing this continuous coverage. We're going to talk a lot more about this. Again, we're still expecting some new iPads. Maybe more iPhones still. No one knows.
We now have iPhone XS, XS Max, and XR. 3 new models of iPhone. We have a product video about it to tell you a little bit more.
I think that's it. I think that's it for iPhone. So a lot of rumors wrong. More videos.
The iPhone X described our vision for the future of the smartphone. Today, we're extending that vision with significant advances across 3 entirely new products. iPhone XS, iPhone XS Max, and iPhone XR. iPhone XS is completely uncompromising. The expansive Super Retina display with OLED delivers vivid brightness, true blacks, and high dynamic range content.
I will say we've heard a lot of Johnny Ive's voice, but not actually seen him today yet. Just saying. Where's Johnny? Where's Johnny?
Custom developed stainless steel is precisely machined to create structural bands in 3 finishes, including new gold.
I like the gold. The gold looks good.
This structure is integrated with the most durable.
Oh, look at that
glass
sexy
ever developed
phone.
for a smartphone.
That's a
Face
beautiful
ID,
place,
enabled
wherever
by
that
the
is.
True Depth camera system reinvents the way to securely unlock, log in, and pay with only a glance. Now it's even faster. The A12 Bionic chip is the smartest and most
I will say, like I said earlier, their videography is beautiful.
Its next generation neural engine.
Like, they make
dedicates
great little
machine learning
videos.
to everything from
Look at that
augmented
city.
reality
I'm looking back at the
to
video
photography.
before.
With a more advanced dual camera system and neural engine, iPhone is again taking us to a new era of photography.
Is that snowboarding in the
where
desert?
even
Is that
more
a thing? That
capable
looks cool.
Sensors are combined with
Sandboarding.
lenses, chips, and advanced software.
That's
delivering
cool.
smart HDR across your photos, creating images like never before. Portrait mode on both the back camera and front true depth camera now features more nuanced, software-enhanced.
You're right though,
adjustable depth of
selfies will
field.
never be the same again.
4K video with better low light performance and extended dynamic range now records in stereo, and your content plays back in widened stereo sound.
They went all out to make
iPhone
these videos.
10R
iPhone XR.
integrates the
Come on,
same
let's see.
breakthrough technologies. It's
I'm excited for the 10R, to be honest.
A12 Bionic chip has the same versatile true depth camera with the same advanced Face ID. An entirely new range of finishes are enabled by precision machined structural aluminium bands, anodized to complement an all-glass enclosure.
Their
The all-screen
videography
liquid
looks
retina
so
display
good.
is the most advanced LCD in a smartphone and the most color accurate in the industry. A new backlight design allows the display to extend into the radiused corners, enabling a larger LCD than ever before. The advanced single camera system combined with machine learning allows iPhone XR to recognize people, map subjects, and add depth. The depth of field is adjustable, so you can take more dramatic portraits.
It looks good.
Our utterly uncompromised
Thoroughly
vision
impressed.
for the future, iPhone XS and iPhone XS Max, and with a range of new finishes offering more choice to more people, iPhone XR.
I will say I'm thoroughly impressed with some of the upgrades. I'm more impressed than I thought I was going to be, but I really want to hear pricing still. Maybe we'll hear it right now.
Thank you. Well, iPhone XR will come in 6 finishes and in 3 sizes.
Okay, let's hear.
64 gigabytes, 128 gigabytes,
256.
and 256
Makes sense. I'm good with
gigabytes
that.
of
I'm good with
storage.
that.
And it will start at $740.
Oh God, that's their new lowest priced iPhone. I'm sure they're going to keep another iPhone still selling, maybe the iPhone 8, but that's
less
expensive.
than the iPhone 8 Plus. Really proud of the work the team has done on that.
Is it really less
Just over a
expensive?
month, October
19th.
and it'll start to
What is
ship
the iPhone?
a week
Oh,
later
8
than
Plus,
that,
he said, 8
October
Plus.
26th.
Oh, they're probably going to get rid of the 8 Plus
XS will
and
come in
just
3
keep the 8.
configurations, 64 gigs.
I'm
56 gigs,
scared.
and that new
I'm
512
scared to hear
gigabyte
this.
Storage capacity.
$1,000 for the 64 gig. I guarantee you.
At $900.
I told you. Holy crap, the
The
iPhone.
iPhone XS Max, same 3
Oh
configurations.
God, what is this going to start
larger
at?
Screen,
No,
larger battery,
I'm not. I don't want to
which is
listen. I don't want to
$100
listen.
More, starting at $1099.
Okay, Ow, that's for a 64 gig model.
XS and XS Max, you can start pre-ordering on Friday, September 14th, and they'll ship a week later, September 21st. And it'll start shipping in all of these markets. A nice long list. But if you don't see your favorite location there, don't worry, a week later, They'll start shipping in all of these locations as well. This is, yeah, somebody saw their favorite country or location. This is the fastest rollout geographically we've ever had for new iPhone.
I don't know what to say about pricing. That really hurts.
We have an unbelievable lineup of iPhones. iPhone 7 starts now at just $449.
Because you know that iPhone S Max, once you get the 200, whatever the storage options are, you know the 500 gigabyte option is going to be huge. So they're still selling the iPhone 7.
S at $999 and XS Max at $1099.
Those are extremely expensive phones,
12,
though. Oh.
The world's most advanced mobile operating system. And we can all upgrade to its performance and its great features, AR,
today,
emoji, screen time, and more. Next week, September 17th.
September 17th, whatever.
So that is our news on iPhone. Back to Tim.
Thank you, Phil. What a fantastic new lineup of iPhones. It's clearly the best lineup we've had by far. Taking the breakthroughs of iPhone 10.
I don't know how I feel about the pricing. I thought the iPhone 10R would be a little cheaper. But
now, before we close this morning, I've got a few more updates to give you.
What we got?
We've got an update to the HomePod, our breakthrough home speaker.
Figured to hear something about this.
We recently added stereo pairs in AirPlay 2. So now when you add a second HomePod to create a stereo pair, it creates this incredible wide immersive soundstage. You really have to hear this to believe it.
We've been going on for almost 2 hours here. I wonder when this event will wrap up. But we probably still have iPads to hear.
The best multi-room audio experience. We've got some other great features that we're bringing to HomePod. You'll be able to search for your favorite songs by lyrics, create multiple timers.
I like that.
Make and receive phone calls right from your HomePod. And just like your Apple Watch, you can ping your iPhone or any of your Apple devices to help find them around your house.
That's useful. I don't have a HomePod, though. I don't really see the benefit for me.
And we couldn't be more excited about how Siri shortcuts will open up a world of apps for the HomePod.
You know what? Siri shortcuts probably is a more bigger deal for this thing than anything else.
Dolby Atmos for Apple TV 4K.
That's good.
It's a stunning new
Dolby Atmos
4K area.
if you have Dolby Atmos speakers or a system.
Wide range of live sports and news programs. There are now well over 100 video partners available through the TV app. Both the HomePod and the tvOS updates will be available on Monday, September 17th. And then the following week, we've got a great new update for the Mac, macOS Mojave. All new dark mode and updates to desktop and Finder, enhanced privacy and security, and a completely redesigned Mac app store.
We weren't sure if we were going to hear about Mojave.
macOS Mojave will be available on September 24th.
September 24th, Mojave.
We're excited about this huge month and all of these big releases that we've got.
Wow, good. I'm glad that's finally coming out. Because I was talking to Eric. Eric is going to be like, nope, we're not seeing it at this event. I was like, I think we might. We did. I'm glad. I was right.
What a great morning. We introduced the Apple Watch Series 4.
But there's one more thing. iPads. I guarantee that's what's going to happen here. And if they don't mention iPads, I'll be shocked.
It is the most capable Apple Watch yet.
He's going to do the one more thing. They're going to do the one more thing.
iPhone XS, the most advanced smartphone in the world with a Super Retina display, advanced Face ID, a breakthrough dual camera system.
They got to do iPads. They got to do iPads.
Most powerful chip ever in a smartphone. An iPhone XS is not just one phone, it's two. With the iPhone XS Max, the biggest screen ever in an iPhone, the biggest battery ever in an iPhone, and of course, the biggest experience ever in an iPhone.
Also, biggest price tag for an iPhone.
And the iPhone XR with a new liquid retina display. It shares so many of the advanced features of iPhone
people, don't
XS,
stop yet. We got iPads to probably hear about still.
With 6 beautiful new
I'm disappointed already if there's no iPads. I think he's going to do the one more thing.
Will allow us to deliver the future of the smartphone to even
I will say, guys, again, I appreciate you guys all watching. I still think we got iPads to talk about, so make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, you stay interactive. We got to see what's going to happen here.
Always pushing our products forward and making technology more personal. We hope that you love these new products as much as we do.
Ooh, it sounds like a
We've
conclusion.
got a hands-on area just upstairs. It's going to open
No
in a
iPads?
moment, and we hope that you'll
No.
take time to get your hands on them and experience them for yourself.
No.
I'd like to thank everyone for joining us this morning, including those watching us online.
No, I'm not accepting
And I'd
this.
especially like to thank all the people at Apple who made this magical day possible. Thank you.
What? Guys, it's over. I mean, look, they're leaving. What the hell just happened? No iPads. I am literally shocked right now because all of the rumors and even our own office banter that we've had. We've talked so much about these new iPads. I mean, let's just look at those predictions again real fast that we were even looking at before. Like, iPads were like a very probable thing. Yeah, like, I don't understand. We were saying iPad mini, you know, iPad Pro, you know, I mean, maybe they're saying October for the new iPad Pro, but I was really thinking we see some iPads. Well, whatever. No iPads, so this was purely really just iPhone related. I'm glad we heard about OS X Mojave. We'll talk about that separately, but real quick, let's just wrap everything up in a nice tidy bow. What do we got? We got new iPhones. We got the new iPhone XS, and then we have the new iPhone XS Max. Interestingly enough, like I said in the past, I could go to last year's Keynote event, but I could have sworn it was referred to as the iPhone X forever. So I'm interested that we're going from X to S, but I think we're going to X to 10. You know, I get why they're doing it because iPhone XS sounds stupid. iPhone XS sounds less stupid. I'm kind of surprised the pricing is as high as it was. I really thought when they were announcing the 10R that'd be a little bit cheaper. But it's not. It's still, what, $750, whatever it was, dollar phone, $800, almost $800. It's a lot of money, but then you're talking about if you're going to get a spec'd out iPhone, these are going to be hard to say. iPhone XS Max, that is a mouthful. You're going to get, it's going to be a lot of money. I don't even want to know what the 500 gigabyte version of that is. Like, let's check. I don't know how quick Apple is to have, and I don't even know if they'll have pricing information yet for this, but let's take a look here. Big news, introducing blah, blah, blah. Let's go to iPhone. Let's take a look here. It may not be here yet. Yeah, I think we're too soon here. I don't think it's here yet. We probably gotta wait for pre-orders to start and then they'll have the page up. Learn more. View pricing, here we go. Let's see if we get full pricing here just to get some ideas of what this thing really goes for. Yeah, we also had no MacBook Air. I mean, granted we talked not really about any Macs here, but that was another rumor. But here, let's take a look here. The iPhone XS, which, by the way, look at the pricing from that. From $54 a month from Apple's like built-in financing thing, it's really expensive. I have T-Mobile. I think the gold looks pretty darn good. Might be a little flashy for me. Oh my God. Whew. $1,449 for the iPhone XS Max with 500 gigabytes of storage. Because let's be honest, if you buy this phone, you're not just going to want to get the 64 gigabyte one because that goes really fast on an iPhone nowadays. So at minimum, you want to get the 256, which is $1,249. Now I'm guessing this is just going to be $100 behind the iPhone XS. Let's take a look here. Based on the pricing that was told to us. We'll go with gold again. Yeah, well, actually, it's not even that much. So it's interesting. The base price starts out like that, but it looks like it pretty much comes to like a $50 difference, right? I said $1,400. Is that what I said? So for the 512, $1,349. That's just so much money for a phone, and that is what really gets me. By the way, guys, I really appreciate all of you watching. This was amazing that we had a really successful live stream today. I spent the entire morning, honestly, getting this all set up, and we want to do a lot more of these for especially bigger events where we can cover. There's a lot to talk about here still, and we're going to be continuing a little bit longer here. But yeah, Ryan said it best too. That's more than the baseline MacBook Pro. Really think about that. You can get a MacBook Pro with an i5 processor and 8 gigabytes of RAM and a 256 gigabyte drive, a baseline MacBook Pro, which you could do so much with for less money than this iPhone. And look, I don't have a problem with these phones getting expensive. I was an adopter and I got the iPhone X, and that was a $1,000 phone, or $1,000 plus phone, depending on the model you even got. But there is just something to be said about this starting to get a little ridiculous. What this really is doing is making your cell phone bills so much more expensive. You know, and no one's going to just outright buy a phone anymore. You know, dropping maybe $600 on a phone back in, you know, a few years back was more acceptable if you just wanted to pay outright. Dropping almost $1,500, that's insane. Whew, it's really insane. That's more money than people make in a month. You know, a lot of people out there that aren't, you know, that are kind of hitting the poverty line a little bit. Like, it's ridiculous. So, but regardless, very interesting. One thing I want to check real fast if I can see here. I don't know if it's going to be on this page. Is the iPhone R. I think I'm gonna have to go back home here. Let's see, iPhone XR. I'm also surprised they call it the XR. I'm surprised they just go with the R or something like that. But that's view pricing here, just to get the full lineup here, because they didn't really go through all the pricing for the gigabyte models. Definitely a lot more affordable of a phone this one is. Comes in a lot of nice colors, I will say that. I think, oh, I like the white. That looks nice. It's been a little while since we had a white iPhone. So just to give some context, 64 gigabyte model, $749, 128 for $799. Go right for the 128 for the price difference, and then $899 for the 256. Any thoughts on the iPhone upgrade program? So, yeah, a little bit. I think you can do better pricing if you go with your carrier. A lot of carriers will let you upgrade, you know, once or twice a year. You got to look at the policies and what plan you have, but you might have a better price per month than sometimes the Apple upgrade program I've seen, because it just is expensive. Eric has his iPhone through the iPhone upgrade program. I don't think he has any complaints about it, but you do, I believe, and I could be wrong, you do have to get their credit card. I could be wrong about that, but it's not bad. Look, if you want to go do it and spend the money, then go ahead. You know, I might even look into doing that, and you know, at some point, instead of getting a phone, you know, directly through my carrier. There's benefits for that, and I guess that's what it comes down to, especially with some of these the eSIMs now and dual SIMs. I don't know if the iPhone XR has dual SIMs, by the way, through the eSIM thing. They never talked about that, but I would say that ultimately it depends on your use case. If you're someone that maybe doesn't love their carrier and wants to switch around a little bit, yeah, go buy your phone through Apple directly and go through the upgrade program, because then it's your phone. You can take it wherever you want. You're not locked to a carrier. Otherwise, you get into a 2-year agreement or 1-year agreement, whatever, with your carrier, you're stuck there. You can't bring your phone anywhere else. And if you know, really, until you buy off that phone, you don't own that phone. You know, the carrier does. Same kind of thing with Apple, but a little different nonetheless. So it really just depends on your needs. It's one of those things I will look more into. But those are the iPhones. The only other big thing announced was the Apple Watch Series 4, which has some good benefits. You know, I think it's very cool with all of the new features and the health space that it has, especially I think the fall detection, and I think that's very powerful, especially where it's just a situation where there are very, very healthy 20-year-olds that unfortunately slip on some ice, fall, crack their head open, go unconscious, and they die. It happens. It's like, people think, oh, I'm young, I'll be fine, or I won't fall, blah, blah, blah. I'm a big tough man. It just takes you to fall once, hit your head on a pipe or on a brick or something, and you're out like that. If your watch can detect that and automatically reach out to emergency services if you're unconscious for, 5 minutes instead, that is awesome. That's extremely powerful. So that is amazing. I think that's a great step forward for that type of a device. And like I think it was Ryan in the chat that said earlier, they're really finding ways of making health cool, or like kind of hiding, stealthily getting health in your life to keep track of this stuff. And I think that really is the best thing that Apple could do in that situation. So that was really all the big news. And I guess that's the only thing that I'm a little disappointed about is that's it. I'm very shocked about the whole iPad thing still. I wasn't expecting not to see Macs. I was hoping we maybe see a MacBook Air or some light touches of that, because we did hear about Mojave, so I thought maybe they'd just slip a Mac in there. But nothing on that. I'm still going to say, this is what I'm going to say then. We will expect another event from Apple probably in the October timeframe. So only like a month or two away. With that being said, we're probably going to hear about the new Macs. And I'm assuming we're going to hear about iPads at that event. I don't think they're going to hold that back too long. And of course, we'll be live and covering that as well when that comes. So hopefully we get what we want from that event. But ultimately, I really do appreciate you guys all for watching. Before we do end today's coverage, it'll be a little bit longer here, but make sure you subscribe if you liked what you saw here. If you have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat now as we are wrapping things up. Make sure you give us a like. It helps us out a lot here. We definitely do appreciate it. But if you have any last questions here, I'd love to get your input on things, see what you guys are really interested in. What are you most excited about? And we'll have a little bit of a discussion here before we wrap things up here. So I'm looking at the chat, and it's on you now to tell me. Again, questions, comments, concerns. Were you upset about the event? What are you excited about? I think I went over most of my things. I'm just upset we didn't hear about iPads today. I'm kind of upset about the pricing. I do think it's high still for most consumers. I don't, like, even for a somewhat average, middle-class family, you might be spending a paycheck, a single paycheck, on just an iPhone. And that's hard to justify, especially when you have a family of 4 and you're getting new iPhones for everyone. Whew! It's 2 months of income or whatever it comes out, it's a little expensive. So, with that being said, again, any questions, comments, concerns? I'd love people to interact here. Don't leave me hanging. I'm here for you guys. You guys don't want me? I'll leave. I will gladly leave. Test me. Test me! No, I'm just joking. I really think the iPhone XR is lame. I don't know if it's lame or not. I think it's interesting. I think, again, I'll tell you the reason why Apple did it, because otherwise they'd have their flagship phone at $1,000, which won't sell as much. So they needed to have a phone that was a little bit cheaper, puts in a little bit different price bracket. It opens it up to more people, and that's really, at the end of the day, all that phone is really there for. It adds the benefits of stuff, because look, if you have some of those advanced features only in the iPhone XS, then all of a sudden, it's going to limit game developers for who's going to really make applications and games and all that stuff that really optimize some of the AR functionality and some more advanced cameras. They have to make more of their lineup be able to support those features to really entice developers to utilize the hardware. So I think that has way more to do with it than anything else. It was a necessity that they had that phone in their lineup. Ultimately, I just wish they lowered their prices and they wouldn't have had that issue. But I really think that iPhone's there is just because of price. Because now they claim they have an iPhone starting at $400 some, and I think that was the iPhone 7, which I'm very shocked they're still selling. But they are. So you got the iPhone 7, the iPhone 8, and then of course you got the new the iPhone XR, and then the iPhone XS. Especially that doesn't have the OLED and 3D touch. So, interesting thing about 3D touch, I did, if you watch the news show on our channel, we had a discussion about 3D touch a little while back that we were, there was a lot of rumors that it's just going to be discontinued. Not enough people using 3D touch. So it might be something that just won't be around anymore. And we did not hear about 3D Touch even on the iPhone XS, for that matter. I don't know if that information is going to be here online here, but we will take a look because there's a good chance it doesn't have it. It don't have it. I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't say anything about that, but it would be weird that the last model had it and this one doesn't. I don't know if we have tech specs. Oh yeah, tech specs. Okay, let's take a look here. So if 3D, okay, it does have 3D Touch. Okay, good. They probably said that in the keynote or it was on something. Let's double check the iPhone XR real fast. So if I get out of here, I'm in the XS still. Okay. Too many Apple logos. Okay, here we go. That's the watch. Where the freak was the phone? There it is. Okay. Let's double check it doesn't have it, but there have been rumors for a while that it's not going to have it anymore. So that might just be the future regardless. But yeah, I don't see anything here that says 3D Touch, I will be honest. Because the other one was pretty high up there. These pages are laid out a little differently though. Yeah, I'm going to say it doesn't have 3D Touch. The other thing, which I was also kind of surprised about, is I thought we were going to ditch the lightning cable. I thought we were going to go with like USB-C this year. Because one thing I've been saying about a lot recently is you go get yourself a MacBook Pro, your base model that's cheaper than your new iPhone. And you get a new iPhone and you can't plug it in. You can't plug your new iPhone in to the MacBook because the iPhone comes with a regular USB to Lightning adapter and you're gonna have to get a dongle or something to plug into your computer. So I'm kind of surprised we didn't get something new with that, but yeah, no 3D Touch on the new iPhone XR. So I'm fairly certain they're ditching it. I don't think 3D Touch has been as successful as many people think. There were rumors about that. So I don't know what's really going on with that. I don't know why they would have gotten rid of it, though, per se. I don't know if it's a cost-saving measure or something with the new special LCD panel. I don't know if it's a technical thing, but interesting nonetheless. Any other questions? Anything else we want to bring up before we call today's live stream quit here? I'm trying to think of what else there was. I don't really think anything super special. New iOS 12 coming out, what did they say, the 17th? Which, by the way, what is the 17th? Is that just next Monday? Yeah, it is. Okay, so Monday you can pre-order the new iPhones as well as get iOS 12. Thoughts on Liquid Retina? Look, Retina is nothing special. Now, Apple makes nice displays. I don't want to discredit them for that. But every phone practically nowadays is a Retina display. They just don't own the trademark like Apple does. You know, Liquid Retina, I don't know what they're trying to say with it. It's an LCD panel. I don't know what it's a term that they're using, but it's meaningless. It's a nice LCD panel. It's not going to look as good as the iPhone X. It's not going to look as good as the iPhone XS. It's an LCD panel. It's going to look good. Apple doesn't make crappy displays by any means, but you know, it's a subpar display. Definitely cost-saving measures. Otherwise, they would have put the better display in. But at that point, you got yourself an iPhone XS. So, you know, again, that whole phone is just because Apple needed a phone in that price range. And I'm really disappointed. If I have any huge disappointments besides talk about iPads today, is that honestly, the pricing is ridiculous, and the whole market is following their direction. This is why Samsung's risen their prices in the last couple events that they've done. You know, this is just unacceptable in a way. How much money these things are. It's taking them away from the hands of most consumers, and unfortunately, what people are doing is to buy these things. You're essentially, you know, using credit with your mobile carrier and renting the thing for 2 years, or, well, until you actually own it. It's like leasing the thing. And you're just putting people more broke. It's kind of not a good cycle. And I'm guilty of it as anyone else, you know, but it's a little too expensive. I mean, does that mean I'm not going to get one? No, I'm going to wait a while, though. And the reason I say that is because I am not unhappy with my iPhone X. Ultimately, I've been unhappy with almost every phone, even iPhones, by the end of their kind of lifespan in the last 4 or 5 years, I would say. This iPhone 10 I am not happy with. It has been a great little phone, and I don't have a desire to upgrade it, especially because, for all I know, the XS is going to be causing more issues. However, it will be interesting to see what phone I get when the time comes, and I will keep you guys updated about that and definitely make videos. I don't know who's going to be the first one in the office to get a new phone. I don't know if it'll be me or Eric. He could upgrade at any time. I don't know what he's going to think. I'm curious. We should do another live stream later this week to really talk about that. However, that's my thoughts on I mean, I know I don't know if I directly answer your question about Liquid Retina, but it's just a marketing gimmick. Every display, look, they just call Retina displays anything that has more than, what, 300 some PPI. Most phone screens have that now. You know, it's just a marketing term. You know, it's a marketing term from their LCD Retina display. The fact they got it edge to edge with LCD technology is cool. I'm not aware of any other manufacturers that have done that, but you know, I'll look forward to the iFixit teardown video where they see really what the screen is really doing. That'll be more interesting. Any other questions, comments, concerns before we wrap things up here today? Love to hear if you guys like this live stream, and if you guys want to see more of these, especially about these type of coverage events. There's always events to cover. We got more Apple ones before the end of the year. I'm sure we'll hear something from Google. Samsung's kind of probably done for the year. I don't know other manufacturers you guys are interested in. Maybe Amazon. But definitely love to see what you guys have to say about that, what you thought, how you thought this went. And again, if you're still watching and haven't clicked that like button, shame on you. Go click that like button. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that way you know next time we are indeed live or upload our videos here. We'll definitely be having some more conversations about the new Apple event, the new Apple products talked about today and released later this month. Did they have a release date for the iPhone XR? Oh, okay. So just to clarify here, if no one else was paying attention, like I wasn't apparently, the iPhone XS, the iPhone XS and XS Max. Pre-order the 14th, and I don't know when they come out. I'd have to look. But the iPhone XR is not going to be available pre-order until next month, fairly towards the end of the month. So thing to watch out for there. When is this phone coming out again? If I could click, that would help me a lot. I don't actually see. Honestly, Apple's website sucks at times if you're really trying to figure all that out. But regardless, I think that's it, guys. I don't know what else to really talk about. Wrapping it up in a bow, we got new iPhones that are overpriced. Well, I don't say overpriced, but way expensive. We got new Apple Watch, which definitely had some nice safety features in there. Also, I do believe they raised those pricing a little bit, but I don't have the old pricing directly in front of me to know. 3, we got OS X Mojave, as well as iOS 12 coming out later this month. iOS 12 is just this coming Monday. 4, we got some new home pods. No talk of any of the Apple earbuds, which was a big rumor as well. So there's a lot of things they did not talk about today. Ryan says, should I upgrade from my iPhone SE? Yes, that is a very, very old phone. Yes, go do it right now. You know, you'd be better off just upgrading to an iPhone of today. You know, as of today, that's still current at that point. I don't know if they're going to still be selling the iPhone X. I don't believe so. They didn't say that in their lineup. But yeah, if I was you, I would upgrade immediately today, unless you really want one of the new phones. But iPhone SE, very, very old. I definitely think you should upgrade that. You don't even know what you're missing as far as iOS experience if you're on the SE still. But regardless, guys, unless there's any other questions, I'll give you guys another 30 seconds to put your questions in or comments or whatever. And then we're going to call it quits here today. We've been going for over 2 hours here on this live stream. One of the longer shows I've done in a while. Had a lot of fun here today, though. I appreciate you guys for watching, being part of it, interacting. Had some great people watching today, so I appreciate all of you guys. Again, make sure you like and you subscribe. And you do all that stuff. Is the iPhone 7 worth it? So we have an iPhone 7 here in the studio. It's my old iPhone 7, and we've been playing around with it just for some basic stuff. It's not a bad phone either, but you know, if your price range is minimal and you want to go with like an iPhone 7, sure, it's a huge upgrade from the iPhone SE still. So you're not going to regret that. However, if you can afford it, go with an iPhone 8. At least that puts you a little more modern. You're only about one gen behind. You know, and you can probably find them fairly expensive. If price is your factor, look at the used market too. You can find some great used devices at very affordable prices and almost perfect condition at times. They're just minor wear and tear. But you'll occasionally find someone that just had their iPhone in an OtterBox case from the day, you know, they got it, and it's in perfect, immaculate condition, and you can get it for a good price. However, the only thing to watch out for when you buy any type of used phones is making sure that it's not been stolen, things like that. So you can always call your carrier up and give them the IMEI number, and that way they can test it and make sure it's not reported stolen or anything like that. So I definitely highly advise you to do that. But besides that, if you can afford it, whether new or used or whatever, go with an iPhone 8, and then I think you'd be very happy. But besides that, any other questions? Really, I'm giving you guys literally a few more seconds here before I'm just cutting this. Not because I don't love you guys. I got that Maroon 5 song stuck in my head. Last minute questions. 20, 19, 18, 5, 4, 3, 2... No? Okay, guys, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Like I said again, if you liked it, make sure you like it. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel if you guys want to see us do more of this stuff. And besides that, take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Woo! Yeah. I thought that was gonna work, but I had the wrong button on. Damn me. Damn me. It's hard to be the video director as well as the host. Okay, there we go. Ooh, oh, there I go. The blackness. Oh, the blackness. Ah! Ah!